That is the American national anthem, which was preceded by the Japanese national anthem. Hello again, everyone. Josh Carey, happy to be with you, joined alongside Chris Harris as we get ready for the first game of the Global Baseball Series, as tonight it is the Alabama A&M Bulldogs making their way across town to take on the Toyota Red Cruisers. And, Chris, we've been looking forward to this for about a couple of months now, and finally we get it underway.
Yeah, I think there's been so much planning and so much hard work to make this possible, and I think the biggest challenge was getting the Red Cruisers here, and I think everybody was excited when they got in about midnight or so on what was Saturday night, Sunday morning, and those guys had a 12-and-a-half-hour plane ride from Tokyo to Chicago, and then from Chicago to Huntsville, and those guys are really excited to play some baseball here on American soil, and it's been fun to watch them work out yesterday and today. And then what an opportunity for Alabama A&M. I know Coach Whitlow is so excited for his kids to get this opportunity to play on this type of a stage, and just what a treat to see Japanese baseball at a very, very high level here at Toyota Field.
Yeah, we'll tell you a little bit more about the Red Cruisers and where they kind of are in the world of Japanese baseball, and what they mean to their homeland and where they fit in terms of the levels of professional baseball. Again, this is an exhibition game, so it's a great chance for both squads to get out on this field and run around a little bit, showcase their skills. Alabama and A&M in the midst of their season, and we'll go ahead and give you their starting lineup right now as they come in at 7-23 on the season, 2-7 in SWAC play. Miles Jackson, you're looking at him right there. He'll lead things off and play left field, batting .379 on the season, followed by Bryson Hammonds. He will patrol center field and hit second. Chris Walker in the 3 position at second base. Terrace Murray will bat cleanup. He's the designated hitter. Zach Rice hits 5th and plays first. In the 6th position at the hot corner is Colin Mason. In the 7th position in right field will be Keandre Fields. Hitting 8th is the catcher Devontae Wells, and batting 9th is the shortstop A.J. Anderson. For the Red Cruisers, here's how they'll line up defensively. Left to right it goes Aizawa, Nishimura, and Miyazaki. From around the infield, third to first, it'll be Imazumi, followed by Kumada, Sato, and Misuzuka. Behind the plate is Fukui, and on the hill will be Takuya Hosokawa. Boy, it's going to be a fun couple of games, but we'll do our best with that.
Kudos to Ben over there. Ben Petrie did a great job on introducing the starting lineup. I know he had been practicing quite a bit, but the Red Cruisers taking the field, and it's going to be a lot of fun tonight.
So like Chris said, the Red Cruisers will take the field. They are playing today. They will be off tomorrow and then play the Trash Pandas on Wednesday. Meanwhile, the Trash Pandas will take on Alabama Huntsville, also known as UAH to local folks. That'll be tomorrow night, and then the Red Cruisers and Trash Pandas again will go at it on Wednesday. Off day on Thursday. Then the Trash Pandas open their season on Friday against Biloxi. The Red Cruisers, in fact, will be in attendance for that game before they fly back to Tokyo on Saturday morning. By the way, it should also be noted that for the Red Cruisers, they're on 8 a.m. body time. It's 8 a.m. over there in Tokyo right now, so we'll see if that plays an impact in this exhibition today. We are playing 9 innings. However, there is a 10-run rule in the 7th inning or later. Quickly, your umpires for tonight's game. Behind the plate, calling the balls and strikes is Bill Ward. At first is Corey Simpson, and your third base umpire is Johnny Lowry Jr. So going through his warm-up tosses is Hosokawa. Frankly, we don't have any real information on these guys other than their height, their weight. What we do have is a roster, and it also details where they work in the Toyota department. Or at Toyota Motors, they are professional athletes, yes, and some of them do get signed to the Central League, which is the major league of Japanese baseball. But until they get that chance, or if they never get that chance, they also on the side work at Toyota Manufacturing in certain departments for a place to go to if baseball does not work out. So we'll tell you a little bit about that, but we don't have any stats or anything along those lines for these guys. We do have some for the Bulldogs, and we'll pass those along as we go throughout this ball game. So good to be back in this stadium yet again. It's the first time we've actually we've had a couple of games since the end of last season. Last week we had Alabama defeating Austin Peay, and we also had Alabama A&M losing to Jacksonville State earlier this month as well. But we're getting closer and closer to opening day, and certainly a lot of fun to be back in this ballpark yet again. So we're ready to go as Miles Jackson will lead things off. 379, a homer and 18 driven in, arguably the best hitter on this Bulldog team. As the first pitch is going to be a strike, 0-1, a fastball away. First pitch is at 6:36. Beautiful night for baseball. Temperature in about the high 60s, mostly clear skies. As the let-up is cut through and missed by Jackson, it will go to no balls and 2 strikes. They're going to play Jackson straight away, and I have to think that's pretty much what it's going to be for most of tonight for both teams, since there's not much of a scouting report to go on. 0-2. Fastball misses down and away. A ball and 2 strikes to Jackson, who's also 6 of 6 in the stolen base department. Shaded slightly to right center is Nishimura. 1-2. And it looked like a slider that missed down and away. Kell even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. For the Bulldogs, boy, I want to give Coach Whitlow and his team a lot of credit. First off, they're in the midst of a 9-game losing streak. That doesn't really tell the tale. They played very competitive baseball. As the 2-2 is hit foul off to the right, remaining at 2 balls and 2 strikes. They just got home from Mississippi Valley State yesterday, which is Itabena, I believe is how you pronounce it. Rural Mississippi drove back last night. They were swept. 2 of those losses were 1-run defeats. As Hosokawa, high leg kick, the pitch. Fastball is swung on and lifted into shallow right. Charging it is Miyazaki, and he'll give way to the second baseman Sato, who came over into foul territory and made the catch for out number 1. But they were swept at Mississippi Valley State, drove through the night, got back early this morning. They're playing this game today, which is typically an off day for them. And then guess what? They're going to hop right back on the bus tomorrow and head up to Martin, Tennessee for a regular midweek game against UT Martin. The good news for them is they will get a couple of extended homestands after that. So here's Bryson Hammonds, 270 with 2 home runs and 18 driven in. Right on right as the first pitch. A breaking ball is bounded to second to his left to field. Sato goes on to first in time. That'll be out number 2 as that ball rode in on the right-handed hitting Hammonds, and he was jammed on that swing towards second.
One thing I noticed, Josh, watching these guys work out the last 2 days, yesterday they worked very extensively on taking infield and getting used to the surface, but Amazumi at third base and Sato at second base especially, their hands just so quick. I mean, some of the short hops they were taking even during batting practice, it's a lot of fun to watch.
Here's Chris Walker taking a fastball that's right through there for a strike. 0-1, and so fundamentally sound. They really work well as a unit, and practices in Japanese baseball tend to be a little longer in the American game as the fastball cut through and missed by Walker. It's 0-2. Walker 3-11, 1 home run and 15 driven in. Hosokawa delivers a fastball that just misses outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
One thing we do have a few little tidbits about each of these players, and for starting pitcher Hosokawa says heavy spherical quality, so he throws a heavy ball.
Like right there, a slider down and away, swung on and missed by Walker. He strikes out swinging. Strikeout number 1 for Hosokawa, and 1, 2, 3 go the Bulldogs in the top of the first inning. At the end of half a frame, it is A&M nothing, and the Red Cruisers coming to bat. This is the Global Baseball Series 2026.
Fans, if you haven't ever had a traditional rice ball, tonight is your night. They are available at the dumpster dive concession stands while supplies last. Rice balls have chicken and rice. Very simple, but they are delicious. You can get 1 for $3, or you can get 2 for $5. Come on over here, Mustard. Do you want to try this? Tell us if it's good. Take a bite. Is it approved?
Yum.
Yum, he says. So take Mustard's word for it. Go get yourself a rice ball at Dumpster Dive while supplies last. They're delicious, they're inexpensive, and they're here for you.
Bottom of the first we go. 1-2-3 went the Bulldogs in the top of the first, and now the Red Cruisers come to the plate. Jinto Miyazaki will lead things off and play right field, followed by Toyo Humada. He hits second and plays short. Yuki Sato will bat third and patrol second base. Ryosuke Aizawa will play left field and bat cleanup. Musashi Mitsuzaka will bat fifth and play first base as the first pitch to Miyazaki is swung on and skied to left. Coming in several strides is Jackson. He'll camp under it and make the catch, and that'll be the first out of the first inning. Sota Imazumi will bat sixth and play third base. Tomoya Nishimura will bat seventh and play center field. Shoko Fukui will bat eighth and do the catching. Hitting ninth is Akihiro Nishimura. He will be the designated hitter. So here is Kumada. First pitch. Fastball called a strike. It's 0-1. Defense for the Bulldogs, left to right. Jackson, Hammonds, and Fields. Third to first, Mason, Anderson, Walker, and Rice. Behind the play, Wells, and on the hill is William Tarpley, who gets a routine ground ball to second off the bat of Kumada. Moving to his right is Walker. He fires on to first in time. Quickly two gone in the first inning, and here's Yuki Sato.
A great start from Tarpley on the mound. What an opportunity for him to step into this role and face off against a lot of guys who could definitely be playing professionally and couldn't get any quicker outs than that.
For Tarpley, he has no record in ERA over 10. We'll see how far he goes in this game. Remember, busy week for A&M, and this game doesn't count. The ones later on this week do, as the first pitch is a strike, 0-1 to Sato, who's the second baseman for the Red Cruisers. Tarpley kicks and delivers. Fastball called a strike. Quickly 0-2 and a chance for William Tarpley to wrap up the inning. As he'll quickly look back in, and the pitch. And he took something off as the pitch missed down and away. Slider perhaps. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Tarpley, a southpaw out of Pinson, Alabama. He's a senior as the pitch misses outside. Count even at 2-2, and if you hear music in the background, that's what that is. On that concourse suite, we got a little Red Cruiser band that's up and playing as the pitch is bounced, deep, short, ranging right, fielding Anderson on a backhand, long throw, not in time. Ball gets past Rice, but it will stay in play as over to back it up is the catcher Wells. That'll be an infield single, or at least it should be. As we look at the replay, good range again by Anderson, just couldn't get a whole lot on this throw. So an infield single, and here's Ryosuke Aizawa. He'll stand in. Tarpley, 6'3", 215. Now, one time he pitched at UAH, so he's been around the Huntsville market for some time. Left on left as Aizawa waits. And the first pitch is a strike. It's 0-1.
When talking to some of the folks from Toyota and been around a couple of days, I asked them who should I be looking out for, and Aizawa is one they said to pay attention to. They said he has some good power and drives in a lot of runs.
Throw to first and back in safely is Sato. Aizawa, he's out of Okayama. Went to Meiji University. He's in the management department at Toyota. Left on left, open stance, the pitch. Swung on, bounded to short, waiting back on an Anderson. He'll go the short route to second in time. 6-4 on the fielder's choice, and just like that, the Red Cruisers are put away in the first inning. No runs on an infield single, no errors, 1 left. At the end of 1, no score. This is the Global Baseball Series. Top of the second inning, no score. Red Cruisers and Alabama A&M do it for the Bulldogs. It's going to be the middle part of their order. Murray, Rice, and Mason against Takuya Hosokawa, who tossed a 1-2-3 first inning, struck out a batter. And now Murray will stand in, 340 on the year, 2 homers, and 8 driven in. This will be a right-on-right matchup. High leg kick. And the first pitch is a changeup missing down and away. 1-0. Like a lot of Japanese pitchers, Hosokawa, he has kind of that pause when he goes into his leg kick. As the next pitch is a strike, 1-1. That's something that's very common in their game, and it's made its way to the American game as well. High leg kick, next offering. Fastball cut through and missed, and it will go to 1-2 on Terrace Murray.
Another thing, their bio pages say what car would you like to ride is how they put it. His is the Lexus GX.
1-2, fastball swung on foul back. 1-2, and of course Lexus is a Toyota manufactured car. You don't think they would do, they would say another type of automobile, would they?
Yeah. Probably not. Also, they on their bio pages, they let you know what their blood type is.
Well, how about that? He's type AB. Hosokawa. 1-2. Fastball just missed outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hosokawa out of Ibaraki went to Tohoku Welfare University. He's a part of the service parts department. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Looked like a curveball down and away. Murray well out in front. Back-to-back Ks for Hosokawa. And 1 away in the second inning for Zach Rice.
Hosokawa's thrown that either a slider or a slur. We'll get another look at that great pitch. Yeah, it's a slider. It dips out, down and out of the strike zone. Not much if you're Terrace Murray Jr. you can do right there.
Good-looking pitcher so far is Hosokawa. So 1 quick out. Here's Rice, 313, a homer, and 7 driven in. First pitch swung, late swing, and a foul off to the right by Rice. It's 0-1. And again, for a lot of these guys who are on this Red Cruisers team, obviously they are athletes, but they also work for Toyota in another capacity. And like I mentioned with Hosokawa, he's part of their service parts department. Next pitch is a fastball missing away. 1 ball and 1 strike. So who knows? He may come over here and work at the Toyota plant here in North Alabama one day and head up that department as the fastball cut through and missed. 1-2. But a lot of these guys, they do get signed out of here and they go to Japan's Central League, which is the Japanese major leagues, if you will. And that, of course, is where Shohei Ohtani was before the Angels signed him. Next pitch, a swing and a miss. Strike 3, a slider down and away. 3 straight strikeouts for Hosokawa.
He's really feeling it right now. About the same time, kind of a slider that stays on the same plane. A great movement.
Colin Mason now the batter, 276, 1 home run, 6 driven in. Right against right. And the first pitch. Looked like he tried to throw a curveball, may have slipped out of his hand as it missed high. 1-0 on the right-handed hitter.
Hosokawa in his free time.
Fastball down and away. It's a ball and a strike.
Likes to visit the sauna. Also watching anime. You get a lot of that, I'm sure.
What is your motto? Lying down to taste courage. As the fastball swung, fouled straight back and out of the stadium. 2 balls and 2 strikes. As Hosokawa will look to end the inning.
I wonder if they have to take PTO to come over here.
I would assume not, since it's a company
That's
trip
true.
from the belt.
Find that out.
2-1 pitch. Fastball cut through and missed as Mason tipped it into the mid of Fuki, I beg your pardon. 2 balls and 2 strikes as Hosokawa will look to end the inning. But boy, what a nice way to live. Play a little baseball, travel the world. 2-2. Swung on, fouled straight back, remaining at 2-2, and it's all on the company dime. So 2-2 on the right-handed hitter. Wind not a factor here this evening. Very lovely evening for baseball. Osakawa. He'll go to the belt. And the 2-2. Breaking ball, bounce to third. Staying back on it is Izumi. He'll go over to first in time. Or Imazumi, I beg your pardon. He fires across the diamond. Mason grounds out to third. 1-2-3 go the Bulldogs in the second inning. Bottom half on its way. No score as you watch the Global Baseball Series. We go to the bottom of the second inning, and already a new pitcher in there for A&M. This will be Stephen Griff Minor, who will take over for William Tarpley, who tossed a scoreless first inning, allowed a hit, no walks, and no strikeouts. And you can expect to hear plenty of that from A&M. Remember, they have a game that counts tomorrow, and then 3 more games that count later this week as the first pitch is swung on, lined out into center. Coming in, though, Hammonds. He'll slow up, make a chest-high catch. And on the first pitch, Musashi Mitsuzuka lines out to center for out number 1.
Hit right on the screws, but right to the center fielder, Hammonds. We saw these guys make some great defensive plays when they were here. I guess it was, 10 days ago against Jacksonville State.
Yeah, back on the 18th as the pitch misses high. 1-0. That was a game where A&M, they led 5-1 entering the 7th inning, and then the bullpen just couldn't hold the lead as Minor kicks and delivers. Fastball swung through by Sota Imazumi. Count evens at a ball and a strike. Griff Minor, he's got a 8.59 ERA, no record, as the next pitch is a let-up that hits the outside corner. It'll go to a ball and 2 strikes. The left-hander will go back to the rubber. Minor, high leg kick, and the fastball grounded back through the box and into center field for a base hit. Minor reached down with the glove to try and knock it down, couldn't get a piece of it. And for Imazumi, his first hit number 2 for the Red Cruisers. 1 on with 1 out for Tomoya Nishimura.
Something to the bat, not hard hit, but does the trick.
Griff Minor, 5'9", 215. He's a graduate student, and he hails from Helena, Alabama. Went to Stillman University. And now stepping in is Nishimura. First pitch. And he took something off, did Griff Minor. Missing low, it goes to a ball, and no strikes. Next offering, fastball slap foul past third. Playing off the bag was Mason. Had that one stayed fair, it would have been a double for sure. Count evens at a ball and a strike. For the Red Cruisers, they are managed by Kohei Fujiwara. He wears number 88. A soft toss over to first and back in safely is Imazumi. Griff Minor, he's had a bit of an up and down year. Had a tossed 2 shutout innings against Notre Dame earlier this year as the fastball misses away. 2 balls and a strike. That was part of a round robin deal that Alabama A&M played earlier this year. Another slow toss to first, and actually they're going to call a balk. So Imazumi will go to second. I'm not sure if he stepped off that time. So Imazumi will take second and a runner in scoring position for the Red Cruisers. Here's a look at it again. He stepped off that time.
Yeah, there was a flinch before that, I think is what the umpire saw.
I guess so, as the count will go to 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Interesting to watch some of these guys on the base paths. Imazumi out there at second base.
Looked like he tried to throw a slider, but it looked like Griff Minor stumbled as he tried to land on that front foot. It will run full to 3 balls and 2 strikes. From the letters, staying at 3-2 as he slapped it foul. Someone went scattering for the Bulldogs back into the dugout. But we talked about A&M's schedule. Again, they have UT Martin tomorrow, and then they kick off a 3-game weekend homestand against Texas Southern, but that series gets underway on Thursday as the slider will miss down and in. That's going to be ball 4. And Nishimura will take first base. So runners will go to first and second with 1 away. They're trying to beat the Easter holiday. That's why they're starting that series early. So when we say a busy week for the Bulldogs, we really mean it.
It's one thing that just got to stay away from is these walks. It's a team like the Red Cruisers start to put some hits together, taking advantage of any free passes that they get.
Lefty on lefty, first pitch. And it's 1-0 to Shoko Fukui, the catcher for the Red Cruisers, as the wind drifts gently out toward left. Breaking ball, there's a strike. Going to even at 1-1. If I recall, in that other game we did against Jacksonville State for A&M, I believe they had 10 walks, but I'll go back and take a look at that. It was a rough day for the bullpen. From the letters, there's a fastball called a strike. It will go to 1-2. Let's see, they actually walked 7, but they also hit 5 batters. That was also a bugaboo for the Bulldogs in that game. The 1-2 is lofted into right center. That's going to sink down for a base hit and should score a run. Going first to third is Nishimura. The throw there going to be late. It gets by the third baseman Mason. Holding at third will be Nishimura. And into second on the throw to third, it's Fukui. He'll pick up the RBI on the flare single into right center, as scoring from second is Imazumi.
So there you go, the first run scoring hit by a Japanese player inside Toyota Field, and to see what Fields was doing there. He had a nice throw, but it just got by the third baseman, Mother Mason. You know, a golden opportunity here with only 1 out as bottom of the lineup here for Toyota.
Akihiro Nishimura will stand in. He's also the designated hitter for the Red Cruisers, as he will step in. Lefty on lefty. And it will go to 1-0 as Griff Minor trying to find his way. Next pitch. Squared to bunt and took it in the dirt. Going to go to 2 balls and no strikes. So the first run of this Global Baseball Series belongs to the Red Cruisers, who are now looking to blow it open. Griff Minor with the 2-0 pitch. And fastball through for a strike, 2-1. By the way, we gave you the umpiring crew earlier. They are a SWAC crew, so they're very familiar with A&M. 2-1 pitch. And the fastball will tail high and in. 3 balls and a strike to Nishimura.
Nishimura in quality assurance at Toyota. Quality at bat.
Very quality as he'll reach base on a walk. That's a fastball that missed high. So second walk of the inning for Griff Minor, second walk of the game for Bulldog pitchers. And so they're loaded up as we'll go back to the top of the order in Jinto Miyazaki. As, boy, you can see Griff Minor really struggling to keep his balance on the hill. That time his cap came off. Miyazaki flew out to left his first time. They'll leave the infield back, hoping for 2. First pitch, took something off, called a strike that time. Looked like a slider, it goes to 0-1. Griff Minor again pitched at Stillman, that's a D2 school in Tuscaloosa, as the fastball misses high. Evening at a ball and a strike. From the letters again, the 1-1. Took something off, rolled to third to his left. Fielding, Mason goes to second out there. Relay to first, in the dirt, and he picked it out nicely, did Rice. 5-4-3 on the twin killing. Mason to Walker to Rice. And after all that, the Red Cruisers are held to a single run. It's earned as they do it on 2 hits. No errors in the inning, and there were 2 men left on base. We'll go to the third inning. Red Cruisers lead at 1-0. This is the Global Baseball Series. We go to the top of the third inning. Red Cruisers with 1 in the bottom of the second. They lead at 1-0 and do it for the Bulldogs against Takuya Hosokawa. It'll be the bottom third of the order. Fields, Wells, and Anderson. Hosokawa so far has struck out 3 of the 6 men he has faced in 2 perfect innings. So Fields will start things, 227, 1 home run, 9 driven in. And the fastball is a strike. It's 0-1 to Fields. Wearing number 14. He's out of Pascagoula, Mississippi. Did I say that right, Chris?
Pascagoula.
As the ball flared into shallow center, going out on the cut of the grass to make the catch is Sato on the pop-up to second. Fields is retired and 1 away for Devontae Wells. Right between Biloxi and New Orleans is Pascagoula. Gula, sorry.
Some great eating in Pascagoula.
Oh, yes. Great eating that all over the place in southern Mississippi. Wells, 209 with a homer and 5 driven in. We actually go there in a couple of weeks. Trash Pandas play Biloxi early this year, which is great. Fastball low and away, 1-0.
You talk about a place that gets H-O-T-T in July and August. Whew.
I don't think we've experienced April in Biloxi as the pitch is in the dirt, going to go to 2 balls and no strikes. Wells out of Center Point, Alabama, played at Jackson State, so he's done the SWAC two-step. Fastball going to miss high. 3 balls and no strikes. Wasn't that long ago, Jackson State was kind of the class of the league. In fact, they've got quite the baseball history to the folks in Jackson, Mississippi. 3-0 fastball. There's a strike. 3-1 on the right-handed hitter. There's a look at our rock porch. That'll be hustling and bustling here in a couple days, as the next pitch also a strike to Wells. He flung the bat away. He thought for sure it was ball 4, but home plate umpire Bill Ward called him back. As you look at the last pitch, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Just so everyone knows, there is no ABS system here tonight. As the 3-2. Fastball misses low, ball 4, and that time Wells can fling the bat away. By the way, I also want to mention Alabama A&M. They are obviously a college team, and college teams use aluminum bats. Well, because the Red Cruisers are a pro team, A&M is having to use wooden bats tonight. So I want to send a quick thank you to both the Los Angeles Angels as well as the Red Cruisers for loaning A&M 12 bats tonight to get through tonight's game. Hopefully they won't splinter too many. As A.J. Anderson stands in, right against right. And the first pitch is a fastball down and in, 1-0. That walk by Hosokawa, his first of the game, first base runner for A&M. Is a fastball missing low. 2-0 on the right-handed hitter. Lead at first by Wells. Hosokawa. Sidestep delivery, and the pitch is swung and drilled into deep right, but it's going to hang up for Miyazaki. Moves to his right a couple of steps, makes the catch as Anderson flies out to right. So 2 away, back to first is Wells, and Miles Jackson will step in. Jackson fouled out to second his first time up. That led off the ball game. Jackson ready to go. Win not a factor as they play him straight away both in the infield and the outfield. Hosokawa. First pitch is a fastball, and that missed just off the plate. 1-0 to Miles Jackson, who, like I mentioned, may be the best hitter on this Bulldog team. It's a redshirt junior out of Atlanta, God's country. Hillsborough Community College. As the fastball is swung on, popped up, foul. That'll land in the seats behind home plate, about 10 rows back, and it's 1-1. A little bit of room on the right side as Mitsuzuka holds the runner at first base. Here's the set by Hosokawa. 1-1. And the slider down and away. They want to appeal, but he did not go around, says first base umpire Corey Simpson. 2-1 on the right-handed hitter. Hillsborough Community College, that's down there in Florida, if I'm not mistaken. From the belt, next offering. Fastball, runner goes, and unable to come out of the crouch is Fukui. That'll be a stolen base for Wells. For the regular season, he's 3 of 3 in that department, so again, as an exhibition, that won't go into the final stats.
But one he'll remember, though.
Absolutely on this field, as he should. 3-1, a scoring chance here for A&M. Hosokawa from the belt. And now time called, and we're going to get a pitch clock violation, I believe. Yeah, that'll be ball 4 to Jackson. So Hosokawa will be hit with the pitch clock. That'll go down in the books as a walk, so 2 walks in the inning for Hosokawa. And first and second with 2 away for Bryson Hammonds. Now, that's one thing I did not ask is, do they play with a pitch clock over in Japan? I'm not sure.
They do, and one of the things that they did, and, you know, first and foremost, we need to thank and give so many kudos to Morris Morioka on our staff. He's been the main communicator from the Trash Pandas to the Red Cruisers, but they asked for all the rules and all the different things that the Trash Pandas do to prepare themselves about a month ahead of time. So kudos for them for knowing exactly what they were going to walk into.
Right against right as we resume action. Hosokawa. Fastball is down and away. 1-0 to Hammonds, who bounded to second his first time. So a scoring chance here for A&M. 1-0 Red Cruisers as we play the top of the third. Hosokawa fires, and another little jam shot. Flare to second, moving in. A lot of top spin, but a good field by Sato. Goes to first in time. Hammonds grounds to second time he's been jammed. And the Bulldogs will strand 2. No runs, no hits, no errors. 2 men left. Bottom third on its way. Red Cruisers up 1-0. This is the Global Baseball Series. Bottom of the third inning coming up. Red Cruisers leading A&M 1-0, and Stephen Griff Minor will stay out there for a second inning of work after he was touched up for a run in the second. He will face the 2, 3, and 4 hitters for the Red Cruisers. It'll be Kumada, Sato, and Aizawa. Kumada 0 for 1, rolled to second his first time. Lefty on lefty. Griff Minor, high leg kick, and the pitch is a slider down and away. 1-0 on Kumada. Griff Minor in that second inning, he walked 2, gave up an RBI single to Shoko Fukui. As the next pitch is in the dirt, it will go to 2 balls and no strikes. It looked like the game was going to get out of hand. The bases were loaded with 1 out, but he got Jinto Miyazaki to bounce into a 5-4-3 double play to keep the Bulldogs close. Left on left, next pitch. Fastball high and tight. He almost hit him. 3 balls and no strikes to Kumada, who's out of Gifu, Japan, went to Waseda University. 3-0, and the fastball will sail high, and that'll be ball 4. So walk number 3 by Minor. And 1 on with no one out for Yuki Sato, who singled his first time.
Second baseman, number 6, Yuki Sato.
Sato out of Aichi, Japan, went to Hosei University. This will be a left on right matchup. And fastball going to miss high and away. 1-0. He's in supply chain strategy. And now time called as home plate umpire is looking out towards center field, but no one's moving that way. That was Bill Ward. Doesn't seem to be anything amiss. Playing even with the bag at third will be Mason. Minor from the letters. Big lead at first base as the pitch. Took something off on that fastball. It's in for a strike. Going to go to 1-1. Looking at that A&M bullpen, they're up and throwing, it looks like. They got someone else loosening up. Minor, high leg kick, next pitch. Swing, and is that a catcher's interference? Yes, it is. Coming out of his crouch a little too soon was Wells. I think he felt that Kumada was going to take off for second. He wanted to come up and throwing, swinging through with Sato, and frankly, Wells very lucky not to get seriously injured on that play, but that was a catcher's interference on his end. So that'll send Sato to first. Kumada goes first to second, and the Bulldogs in trouble here. So 2 on with no one out as Raisuke Aizawa stands in. He bounded into a fielder's choice his first time as the first pitch is swung on, lined out into center, moving to his right and in, though, to make the chest-high catch as Hammonds. That'll be the first out. So Aizawa went up there hacking, and he lined it right at Hammonds. There's a look at that catcher's interference. That was a very easy call. As Musashi Mitsuzaka, or Zuka, I beg your pardon, will come to the plate. Left against left. And now wheel towards second, but nothing going on over there. Mitsuzaka, he lined out to center his first time, and he went after the first pitch. Let's see if he does the same here. A let up, there's a strike. And it will go to 0-1. Mitsuzaka with a very deliberate leg kick from the plate. Open stance, sits in a crouch. As the next offering is lofted into deep right, but he got under it, drifting back his fields. Shy of the track, he makes the catch, and the runners will retreat. Tell you what, a beautiful swing by Mitsuzaka. But that time he got under it for out number 2. Fly out to deep right, and here's Sota Imazumi. And now time called again, this time by the third base umpires. He checks on Griff Minor. Apparently Griff trying to adjust his cap, which has fallen off his head a few times here in this outing. Lefty on righty, as ready is Imaizumi. And the first pitch is a changeup that misses outside, 1-0. Playing behind the runner at first is Wright. Big lead at second by Kumada. Next pitch. Slider bounce foul up the third baseline. Going to go to 1-2. Well, if you're planning on coming to this Global Baseball Series, we have tickets available both tomorrow and Thursday. But Thursday's supposed to have a pretty good crowd, as some of the Toyota plants here in North Alabama, they're bringing their folks out to the game. So we should have a pretty good crew for Wednesday's contest. The 1-1 change up. There's a strike. Going to go to 1-2 and a chance for Griff Minor to finish the inning. Minor checks the runner at second from the letters, the 1-2. Fastball swung through and missed, strike 3. So Griff Minor got into trouble. First 2 men reach, but he gets a couple of flyouts and then a strikeout. His first K of the game, also the first K for A&M pitchers. In the third inning for the Red Cruisers, no runs, no hits, no errors, and 2 men left on base. Red Cruisers have left 5 through 3 innings. Led to the fourth, it's 1-0 Red Cruisers. This is the Global Baseball Series.
And I've got today's item right here with me. When you're at the Global Baseball Series, it's important to look the part. So if you don't have your own kimono or trumpet or a bucket, You can get some gear today at the Junkyard Team Store by grabbing today's merchandise item of the game. Item number 1, the Global Baseball Series cap. Get a good shot of that one. We got the cap as well as you might remember this from our Japanese Heritage Night last year, our Japanese Heritage Trash Pandas jersey. All available right now at the Junkyard Team Store. You can look like these guys. We don't have any extra trumpets, but maybe you can learn, be ready for next year's game. But until then, grab today's merchandise item of the game, look the part, and go visit the Junkyard.
We go to the top of the 4th inning. Red Cruisers leading A&M 1-0, and here to give you the play-by-play is Chris Harris.
Thanks, Josh. And on this great night for baseball and this phenomenal event, glad you're joining us here on YouTube and watching some of the talented Toyota manufacturing employees from Japan take on the Alabama A&M Bulldogs. As back to work goes Hosokawa. Laying down a bunt is Brian Chris Walker, and it rolls foul as the catcher Fukai picks it up in foul territory. And the count, no balls and a strike. It's 1-0 at Red Cruisers. You get a second look at that bunt, who had a ton of backspin on it.
Not a bad idea either. You're having a hard time hitting this guy. You may as well try to lay one down and see if that'll loosen things up.
Takaya Hosokawa has gone the distance so far for the Red Cruisers. 3 innings so far. He's only walked 2. Those are the only 2 base runners for Alabama A&M. 1 pitch goes back to the off-speed delivery.
Of course,
ahead.
And of course, you say that a couple of guys are warming up for the Red Cruisers as we speak.
They'll have a day off tomorrow, then take on the Trash Pandas on Wednesday. There's a fastball, a foul tip into the glove of Fukai. And that is strikeout number 4 for Hosokawa. They carry a total of 9 pitchers on their roster. Let's take a look at this fastball. Just blew it by him.
Nice giddy up on that pitch.
We'll have the radar readings here tonight. Low to mid-90s for sure. Here's Murray now. 3, 4, 5 hitters for the Bulldogs as he takes a first pitch, ball 1. Enjoying the ambiance, the horns while Toyota's batting, the trumpets, and the cheering that goes on in Japanese baseball. It's been such a pleasure to be around these guys the last couple of days. Breaking ball bounces in the dirt that time. It's 2-1. I was actually at the airport on Saturday when they arrived, and we had a banner and different things, but just the smiles on their faces to be here and to be able to participate in this event. You could tell they're so excited.
Always a great opportunity. It's not just about baseball either. It's about learning another culture as well.
Fastball up that time, and it's 3-1 on Murray.
I'm sure a lot of these guys, when they think of America, they think of New York or L.A. or Philly or something like that. But coming to the American South, I'm sure it's a bit of a culture shock in a good way.
Taurus Murray awaits, and a breaking ball high. That's the 3rd walk issued by Hosokawa. I was surprised that yesterday they got in just before midnight, on Saturday night. They went straight to the hotel, the brand new Courtyard Marriott that is across the way there.
Our new team hotel.
Yep. And they were out here yesterday at 2 o'clock on the field. They worked out for about 2.5 hours. So
they don't mess around, boy.
That jet lag and the 14, 15 hours of flights sure hasn't, at least didn't affect them for that. Pitch popped up, back foul, and that'll get into the stands over here on the first base side.
It's just amazing how quickly we can all be connected. To think you can get from here to Tokyo in 15 hours, it's wild.
Getting a group of around 40, which is the traveling party. There's some business folks that are here, as well as support staff and coaching staff and the players, is not an easy feat. Everybody has to go through customs. Here's an 0-1 pitch. And this low goes back to the off-speed pitch. And I know anytime you're bringing a traveling party and you go through customs, it's never the easiest thing in the world, especially with a huge traveling party. But
especially right now.
So. Yeah, and they said it was extremely smooth. So kudos to the customs in Chicago. They went through. This is a team that comes over here. They're playing these games, but they're not professional players. It's not like they're coming over here to make money. This is a educational experience. Of course, playing baseball as well, but just an opportunity for them to have a cultural exchange and kind of immerse themselves in American culture and American baseball this week. Rice sees a 2-2. In the dirt, 3 balls and 2 strikes. I see a little fatigue here from Hosokawa.
Speaking of baseball culture, been talking about the Red Cruisers, and rightfully so. How about A&M? Check out what they've done this year so far, Chris. Started the season in your old stomping grounds, Pearl, Mississippi. Played a HBCU 3-game series there. I'll finish my point in a second.
3-2 payoff pitch. Grounded towards third. Imazuma gets by him into left field. That's going to be an E5. Imazuma at third base lets that one roll through. That's an E5, and up to second base will go Murray Jr.
He thought this ball was going to come up. Watch what happens. Yep.
Stayed down. And he was so slick in fielding practice the last couple of days, watching him at the hot corner.
They're actually going to score that a hit.
No. We'll call it an error in here.
Okay, fair enough.
Oh, boy.
No hitter's been broken up, according to the scoreboard. Fortunately, it's an exhibition.
So 2 on now with 1 out. And the batter's Colin Mason, who takes a first pitch strike, grounded out his first time up.
But what I was about to say is these Bulldogs, later this year, they're going to play Prairie View A&M. Prairie View's out of Texas, by the way, if you didn't know. And yet they're going to play that series in Chicago. Chris, I want you to ask me, why are they playing that series in Chicago?
Unless it has something to do with maybe a HBCU type event.
It is. The Saturday game, the middle game, will be at Wrigley Field.
Oh, how about that?
Yeah. Part of a Major League Baseball initiative to reach out to HBCUs. That'll be a lot of fun.
Well, the Atlanta Braves hosted some of those games the past few years. 1-1 pitch on the way to Colin Mason. Got a piece of that fastball, fouled it straight back.
I wanted to ask, I'm not sure where the other 2 games are going to be. They'll obviously be in the Chicago area, but I'm not sure where. That's what a lot of those football programs do, too. You'll have a team from Alabama and a team from Texas, and they'll go play in St. Louis or something. You never know.
Colin Mason, he's from Indiana, so that won't be a far drive for some of his family. Upstairs with the 1-2, and it's 2-2 now on Mason. It's just 1-0 here in the top of the 4th inning. Really, walks have been the only that Osakawa's had issues with so far tonight. The 2-2, swing and a miss. Oh, that was an off-speed delivery, a little like a changeup. And down on strikes goes Colin Mason for out number 2, strikeout number 5 for Hosokawa. And that'll bring in Keandre Fields. Bat 7th in their lineup, popped out his first time up.
Look at this pitch. Yeah, still got the heat on there. You're right, he may be fatiguing a little bit, but he reached back for a little something extra that time.
Fields with 2 outs, 2 runners on base. An off-speed pitch kind of slipped out of his hand. But they carry 9 pitchers. They have 4 catchers on their roster. They carry 6 infielders and 6 outfielders. Fastball a little bit below the knee, says our home plate umpire, which is Bill Ward.
Yeah, it's the old school 25-man roster.
Kohei Fujiwara, their manager and director. 2-0. Fouled straight back over us. With a fastball that time. Had a chance to visit with him briefly. We were watching the end of the Duke and UConn game together as they had that buzzer beater. He was very engaged with basketball.
That young man who hit that shot for UConn, he's the talk of the nation right now.
That's crazy. 2-1 pitch. It's a strike. Fastball again from Hosokawa.
And no matter what he does the rest of his life, he can go back to Storrs, Connecticut, and won't have to buy a beer.
And we're going to give a new baseball to Hosokawa. We are using, if you're wondering, by the way, these are official minor league baseballs that we are using. So these are the baseballs that the Trash Pandas use in this ball game. Luke Miner told me he rubbed up 8 dozen baseballs earlier today. Deuces wild, a 2-2 pitch is headed home to Fields. Off speed, gets off the glove of Fukai, the catcher. And the runners will advance 90 feet as Murray goes to third base. And that's going to be a passed ball. So 2 in scoring position. Now we'll get a second look here. Yeah, he just kind of missed it on the slider down. 26-year-old from Osaka. He's in human resources, so.
Here's my question about that. If there's like an argument on the plane, like between a couple of players, do they have to report to him?
I would assume so.
Okay.
He's in HR.
All right.
Also probably helps with their paychecks.
Sets up employee appreciation events.
3-2. Ground ball jammed, but a great play by Hosokawa as he gloves it and throws out Fields for out number 3. 1-3 on that putout, and he pitches around a walk and an error. No runs, no hits. There were 2 left on base and 1 error committed as we make our way to the bottom of the 4th. 1-0 Toyota Red Cruisers. You're watching the Global Baseball Series from Toyota Field. Glad to have you with us here on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to the Trash Pandas YouTube channel. 1 on 3 hits for the Toyota Red Cruisers. No runs, no hits so far for Alabama A&M. Toyota has committed 1 error in the ball game. Back to work goes the left-hander for Alabama A&M. Stephen Griff Minor, who's done a nice job, pitched around some trouble. The only issues he's really had big time is keeping his hat on his head. Pitch inside, that's going to hit Tomoya Nishimura, who leads things off for the Red Cruisers, as he is hit by the pitch. And leadoff man on base, starter William Tarpley went the first inning. No runs, 1 hit. There you can see a look at Morris Morioka in the center of your screen, playing the drum and the trumpet crew. And Shogo Fukui.
Number 10, Shogo
Fukui will step in, a left-handed batter. Bats left, throws right. They have several guys on their roster that bat left and throw right. As Fukui trying to get something going here. Griff Minor, lefty on lefty matchup. Delivers a pitch, that's a strike. Nishimura on at first base. See if he wants to be a little aggressive here. They haven't really been that aggressive on the bases. There's a bunt pulled down the first base line. A drag picked up by Griff Minor, but no play as he held on to it. Kind of lost the grip on it as he ran towards first base. That'll be a bunt base hit for Fukui.
Yeah, this is a beautiful bunt. Remember, left-handed hurler, so he goes off to the third base side of the mound, pushes it past the first base side. That's a really tough play for Minor to retrace his steps and get to the ball, and of course Fukui can run. Once he got it past the mound, that was all she wrote.
You'll see about Japanese baseball, their fundamentals for the most part are pristine. Don't see a whole lot of extra movement and swings or anything they really try to do as their number 9 batter. Nishimura stands in, takes that ball inside. Had an opportunity to kind of break this thing open in that second inning, but a 5-4-3 double play by Alabama A&M stopped it as the pitch is low. And it's 2-0. Tough this year keeping up with who's warming up the bullpens with the new location out there in right center field.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
By the way, I owe you a pair of binoculars, don't I?
You know.
You know what? Seriously, go buy you a pair and I'll pay you back.
Find the most expensive pair.
Oh,
Rio
thanks.
is in there for a strike. Nishimura.
I went down on a road trip by myself to Pensacola last year, folks, and I left Chris's binoculars.
Bunt down the third baseline. Griff Minor gets to it, fires to first, but not in time. Bang, bang play at first, hustling Nishimura, who serves as their designated hitter. That'll be back-to-back bunt singles.
Let's see what Rice did here. Did he make a stretch over here at first base? Yeah, he kind of waited back on it. I wish he had stretched out a little more. That was a good play by Minor to get to the ball. Made a good throw, too.
He made it a very tight play at first base. As Coach Whitlow's going to make his way to the mound as everybody coming in to join him. The bases loaded, nobody out. And I tell you what, I had a lot of fun. I know we both had a lot of fun when we talked to him. Such a good guy, and he's doing such a great thing in his first year as head coach at Alabama A&M, as they're going to go to the bullpen here.
This will be number 24, Avery Seaton. A little surprised to see him. He pitched on Sunday. Maybe I read the number wrong. Actually, that's number 25, Antonio Torres. So Torres will take over, but you're Actually, you know what? I'm wrong twice. I'm sorry. That's number 29.
I was going to say, I thought that was a 9 instead of a 5. That's Jordan Nolly. We saw him pitch in that game against Jacksonville State. He's 6'2", 170, a sophomore from Covington, Georgia, out of Newton High School there. So it's Nolly who will take over on the hill for Alabama A&M.
You know, you were talking about Lewis Whitlow, Chris. You're right. They're 7-23. It doesn't look like a great season, but they've actually played a lot better than the record will indicate. The biggest thing that Coach Whitlow said, though, is the team just needs to turn the corner and learn how to finish. There have been a bunch of one-run games that the Bulldogs have lost this season. The one that really sticks out to me was a couple of weeks ago. They were playing a pretty good UAB ball club, had them down a couple of runs in the 9th inning, and then some walks and a crucial fielding error did them in the bottom half. But it just shows you they're not that far away from getting that corner turned and really making a surge in the SWAC.
Nolly has made 7 appearances this year for the Bulldogs. 5 1/3 innings, 10 runs allowed. He's walked 6 and struck out 3. Those are his numbers this season. Last pitched on the 24th against Middle Tennessee. Yeah, he pitched here back on the 18th against Jacksonville State. No official out recorded. Allowed 2 runs. Gave up a couple of earned runs. 1 double allowed through 1 wild pitch, 1 hit, and walked a batter. So he'll face the top of this Red Cruisers lineup. And Migasaki is the batter. Bases loaded. Infield comes in for the Bulldogs. First pitch, ripped foul down that left field line. And it's 0-1. Mixazaki. 5'7", 165. He's 25 years old. And a high strike on the off-speed delivery that time. He's bounced into a double play and flied out so far. Infield drawn in for A&M. Here's the 0-2. Slider bounces in the dirt. I didn't get him to chase one that time. The cheer squad over there down the first base side. Getting a nice ambiance.
Have you ever seen a game from Japan?
Like it live or just...
No, there.
Oh, absolutely.
When?
I'm talking about on TV,
oh,
not
TV.
Live, no. I would love to go to Japan.
Obviously I've seen it on TV, and I just think it would be fabulous if you could get out there and witness one of those.
These guys play in the Tokyo Dome. One of their games. So the tournament. 2-2 pitch. It's high from 0-2 now to 3-2. On Miyazaki. From Nara, Rocket University. And the 3-2 pitch down and away. That's ball 4. That's going to produce a run. So coming in will be Nishimura from third base, who reached on a hit by pitch.
Well, we said at A&M, if they want to win today, they got to stay away from the walks, the hit batsmen, basically the unearned on-base opportunities for the Red Cruisers. What have we had in this inning? A hit batsman and a walk to go along with 2 bunt singles. That's not a good recipe.
Toyo Kumada is the batter now with the bases loaded. As Fukui is at third base. Nishimura at second. Mixazaki is at first base. And that first ball is a ball to Kumada. The 1-0. Ground ball out the end of the bat to first. Rice goes to the plate for 1. And holding on to it is Wells, but a big out at the plate that time for out number 1. As that'll go 3-2 on the put out at the plate.
Good play here by Rice as he makes a strong throw to the plate, and You could see kind of stutter stepping was the second baseman, Walker. If he goes straight to first base, maybe they get a throw there. I don't know if Wells would have gone through with it, but still they do get the lead man out.
So here's Yuki Sato, who singled and walked, been on base twice so far. A 2-0 ball game after the bases loaded walk, as the Red Cruisers sitting on 2 runs on 5 hits right now. They have stranded 5 runners on base, and they have them loaded right here with 1 out. Sato swings and fouls it straight back. It's quickly 0-2. Aizawa is on deck. This power run producing player on this Toyota Red Cruiser squad. That's the 0-2 pitch. Slider line back through the middle. That's a base hit. Coming in to score, Fukui at third base is Nishimura. He will stop there. And it'll be, again, bases loaded on the RBI single by Sato. And it's now 3-0 Red Cruisers.
He hung that pitch up, and he's lucky it wasn't hit any further, but good effort by Anderson. Just no shot to knock it down, and having to hold up to make sure the ball went through was Miyazaki, so they go station to station, but still a chance for the Red Cruisers to blow this game apart.
Aizawa, Ryosuke Aizawa, with the bases loaded. 3-0 the score as he's out in front on the off-speed pitch for strike 1. Miyazaki is at third base. Kumada at second base. Sato is at first base. Here's the 0-1. Fouled straight back. 0-2. Not sure what velocities they're used to seeing as well. Probably not seeing quite the velocity. Here in the bottom of the 4th inning, 3-0 at Red Cruisers. Swing and a line shot to the gap in right center field. That's going to bring in multiple Red Cruisers. Heading to third base is Sato, and into second base with a double is Aizawa. Throw to third base. Ball got away and towards the dugout, but it bounces off the side, stays in play. So staying put at third base is Sato, but it's a 2-run double. You see that pop from Aizawa as he has a 2-run double to make it a 5-0 game.
Had to see where this pitch was, but all over it was Aizawa, who's hit the ball hard a couple of times tonight, and you can just see the Red Cruisers really starting to wear on the A&M pitchers. But we talk about A&M trying to do the little things to learn how to win. They had an out at second base, couldn't complete the throw, and then they had another shot for an out at third base that again got past Mason on a poor throw as well. It's getting little things like that to short up so that you can be successful down the line.
Still only 1 out in the inning, 5-0 your score. As that first pitch is a strike to Mitsuzuka. Two in scoring position. The next from Nolly is outside. Close the book on Griff Minor. As he ends up allowing 5 runs. Or excuse me, no, it is 5 runs, all charged to him. Next, grounded out the end of the bat towards Walker at second. He'll make the play at first. Coming in to score from third is Sato, and it's now 6-0 Red Cruisers. Over to third base goes Aizawa as he goes 4-3 and an RBI for Mitsuzuka.
I like this play by Lewis Whitlow. Playback, make sure you get an out. Again, this is an exhibition game, and you got another game tomorrow afternoon. He's trying to get through this team with his through this thing with his team ready to go tomorrow.
Mayazumi, the swing and the miss for strike 1. 2 outs in the inning now, as 5 runs have come across in the inning. Slider downstairs. 4 hits, a walk, and a hit by pitch in the inning. As this is the 9th batter to come up So it's Mayazami as he takes the ball, and it's 2-1 to him.
By the way, close the book on Minor. 2+ innings, 4 hits, 3 runs, all earned, 3 walks, and a strikeout.
Thank you. Going my box score to cheat off of. It's a strike.
Someone has to have a box score today.
We can just do a photocopy of the scorebook. 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball bounces in the dirt. It was a good block up by Wells. Count runs full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. A day off for them tomorrow. One of the things that the Red Cruisers, while they're in town until Saturday, so they're here for 1 week on this trip. As the payout pitch is due to Imazumi. And he takes it inside, just off the plate. Says our home plate umpire Bill Ward for ball 4. Now they have officially batted around in the inning. So Imazumi is on base for the 2nd time. The second look at where that pitch was. Yeah, it was in.
Yeah.
I'll put runners at the corners. And here's Nishimura, who started this inning by getting hit by a pitch.
Well, now they have 5 walks as a team due to the Bulldogs, and let's see, 1, 2. That's the 3rd this inning. Actually, no, only the 2nd this inning. I beg your pardon.
Maya Nishimura takes a ball in the dirt. Wondering about these Red Cruisers, and of course they're basically what you would say in the United States, what they are is an industrial league team for Toyota in Japan. Now, as there's a strike, if we had an industrial league softball team, Josh, you know, you might play center field, I might play first base. You know, Matt Mitchie in there might play the hot corner.
That would not be pretty.
Here's a ground ball towards third, but these guys do it at quite a bit of a high level.
Yep.
Throw to second base on the what looked to be a routine and put out at second base, but Mason's throw drew Walker off the bag, and coming in to score is Aizawa. And that'll extend the lead even farther. It's now 7-0 at Red Cruisers. That'll be a fielder's choice.
He may have bobbled it, but he also just took too much time. And give a credit to Imazumi for hustling down the line.
Put out as a fielder's choice. So first and second base. Imazumi at second base. And at first base, Nishimura. Left-handed batter, Fukui, their catcher. Wide stance in that box and takes the off-speed pitch for a ball.
No, but I think you bring up a good point, Chris. In America, when you talk about a company ball club, you think of like beer league softball and things like that. This is not that.
No.
This is a little different.
This league, they play their tournament, and of course you look at all the car manufacturers that are over in Japan and other industries. Look at their industrial league. It's a wide variety of car manufacturers, oil company, technology companies. Ground ball hit towards second base out at the end of the bat, ranging over Walker. He'll get it and throw out Fukui to end the inning as that play goes 4-3 on the putout. But in the inning, 11 comes to the plate for the Red Cruisers as they end up scoring 6 runs on 4 hits, and they will strand 2 runners on base, no errors in the inning. So 6 runs, 4 hits, 2 left on base. They have stranded 7, but they've opened up a 7-0 advantage here over Alabama A&M. You're watching the Global Baseball Series from Toyota Field. Lights on here at Toyota Field in Madison, Alabama, just a few days away from the home opener. Of course, we know a group of Trash Pandas are in town. We don't know exactly what the official roster is going to look like. We'll have a group of Trash Pandas playing an exhibition game tomorrow night against UAH. 6:35 first pitch, and then we'll see the Trash Pandas take on these Toyota Red Cruisers on Wednesday in an exhibition game.
And it should be noted who you see for the Trash Pandas tomorrow and Wednesday could be very different from what you see on Friday.
We'll see a exhibition roster tomorrow and then the official roster on Thursday or Friday. But come on out and see some great baseball. I know we're expecting to have a really big crowd on Wednesday for that Japan Toyota versus USA matchup with the Red Cruisers and the Trash Pandas. A lot of folks from Toyota expected to be here as well. It's still Hosokawa on the mound. We don't have the official pitch count, but he's got to be getting up there around 75 pitches or so by now. The 0-1 pitch is a strike, and it's quickly 0-2.
Some good news for him because of the length of that half inning. Really got a chance to sit down and relax a little bit. We'll see if that pays dividends here in the fifth.
Devontae Wells, who takes a ball outside on 0-2. He walked and stole a base back in that third inning. As Devontae chops one towards short. Kamada with it and fires across and gets Wells for out number one. That'll bring in A.J. Anderson, the number 9 batter in their lineup.
Now, you folks might look at this and think this is an easy play. It was not. Got a fast man going down the line, and you could see Kumada. We talked about the attention to detail that the Red Cruisers play with, shuffling his feet, chopping, staying down on the ball, and the quick release to first. He made a very difficult play look very easy.
Here's Anderson, who flied out in his first AB, takes a fastball in the inside corner for strike one. Top of the fifth, you see 7-0 Red Cruisers. 7 runs on 7 hits. Both teams have committed an error now. As that pitch in the dirt to the ball and a strike. Chris Harris, Josh Carey with you here on the Trash Pandas YouTube channel. You can catch the next 2 nights on our YouTube channel as well. As the pitch is tapped foul, and nice play over there by Miles Jackson in the on-deck circle.
We'll also be making our radio debut tomorrow. Proud to announce that our games will be on both 97.7 The Zone, ESPN The Zone, as well as Talk Radio, WZZN.
1-2, fastball just misses. Fukui wanted to see that as a called third strike, but
I don't blame him.
Yeah, that was there. So it's 2-2 on Anderson. Hosokawa gets a ball hit right past him. It hit his glove. Now it's a bobble at shortstop by Kamada. And safe at first base will be Anderson on an E6.
Broadcaster's jinx. You just pat him on the back, and I know this ball was deflected, but I think Kamada would tell you he should have had this one.
He kind of waited back on it. You just hear the saying you kind of let a ball play you. You got to play the baseball, charge in on it. So E6 puts a runner at first base with 1 out. Here's Miles Jackson. Third time up, a walk and a pop out as the right-handed hitter awaits as time is called. No, a pitch clock violation is going to be issued, so it is 1-0.
Second time that's happened to Hosokawa tonight. By the way, that single by Rice, they changed to an error, so Bulldogs still looking for their first hit.
There's a line drive into center field, base hit over Sato. And there goes the no-hit bid by the Red Cruisers here in the 5th inning. And you hear the eruption from the fans that are representing Alabama A&M. That was not necessarily a screaming eagle out there, but a dying quail works. And it drops in for a base hit.
A duck snort.
With 2 on base with 1 out. And here's Bryce Madison Hammonds. Haven't seen the Red Cruisers turn a double play yet. Alabama A&M's had 4 base runners coming into this inning now, 6 total. 1 on an error, 3 walks issued by Hosokawa. Now 1 hit allowed. He has struck out 5. And Hammonds sees a 1-0. Jammed him, popped it up into shallow right down the line. Coming over into foul territory, a dive, and unable to come up with it. Oh no, he did make the catch over there. Did Sato. Tagging at second base and going to third base is Anderson.
Wow. First off, good base running by Anderson. He knew that with Sato diving for the ball, he'd be able to make it to third easily. But look at all this room that Sato covers.
He had the best angle on it. Oh, wow. Yeah, he did hang on to it. And a nice job by our first base umpire over there, Corey Simpson, hustling over. That was tremendous.
He's made a couple of good plays tonight over there at second base.
Bringing Brian Chris Walker now with 2 outs, runners at the corners. Second Bulldog to reach third base in this ball game. As Walker looks out and Hosokawa deals. And a slider's in the dirt. Walked up that time by Fukui.
I don't know what Fukui was doing, but he kind of had the ball and put it up to his right ear a couple of times before he threw it back. I don't know what the deal with that is.
If he was trying to get it to be thrown out of play or not. 1-0 pitch. It's a tad low that time. And it's 2-0. We saw some activity for the Red Cruisers earlier in the ball game, but this has been Takayu Hosokawa's ball game. The 2-0. Swing and a miss. Tardy on that fastball.
Well, if he gets through this inning, he'll qualify for the win. That's number 1, but it's so interesting to see this in American play. You probably wouldn't see a guy go this on, certainly not this early in the year.
The 2-1. It's high for a ball. 3-1 now. Only bag that's unoccupied is second base. Top of the 5th, 7-0 Red Cruisers. And 3-1 the count here on Walker. Check on Miles Jackson. Opportune. Oh, you love to see the smiles. Over there at third base, A.J. Anderson. 3-1 pitch is hit well out towards center field, but plenty of room out there for Nishimura. And he'll haul it in for out number 3. And the side is retired. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error, 2 left on. The Bulldogs have stranded 6. And we head to the bottom of the 5th inning, halfway home, with the Toyota Red Cruisers leading Alabama A&M 7-0. You're watching the Global Baseball Series here at Toyota Field. the astronaut race, and Sally coming up with the win.
How'd Neil do?
Probably last. First of the moon, last in the race. New pitcher for Alabama A&M. This is Eden Barber. Barber, the fourth pitcher tonight for Alabama A&M. 6'4", 225. He's a redshirt junior from Crankbrook, British Columbia, Canada. Coming via Northwestern Ohio, Division II school. As Nishimura, who got the put out to end the top of the fifth, leads things off. Number 9 batter. He walked it back in the second. He's singled. That was in the fourth. Bats again here in the fifth. As they sent 11 to the plate. Last inning, 1-0 pitch. Fastball. Tad, I guess, off the plate. Akihiro Nishimura. 22 years old. Takes the ball that time, and it's 3-0. The Red Cruisers from Japan. They'll have a day off tomorrow. They're actually going to practice, get this, Josh, at 9 a.m. There's a strike at the knees, and it's 3-1. He takes all the way.
So 9 a.m., that'll be about 9 p.m. body time, won't it? Give or take. Whew.
Yeah.
They don't play around, do they?
They do not mess around. 3-1 pitch is lined out of play down that left field line.
I should note, however, while they are here, they will be taking in some of the sights and the sounds around Huntsville, Alabama, including the Toyota manufacturing plant, as well as the Space and Rocket Center.
I would imagine when they go to the plant, they could pitch in if they need to.
Sure.
You know,
Maybe work. Maybe fit in a work day. Give the regular folks a day off.
Leadoff walk issued by Barber. That's how we begin this bottom of the fifth inning. Scored 6 runs in the fourth inning to open up this 7-0 lead. An exhibition game between the Toyota Red Cruisers from Japan and the Alabama A&M Bulldogs. As Mai Hizaki, and the top of the lineup now for Toyota. Barber going to take his time here. Rubbing up that baseball as that pitch clock will start. 15 seconds when nobody's on base. 18 seconds. And runners are on. As he starts him out with a slider, and it's in there for a strike. One, I guess, minor change with the pitch clock this year. I was talking with Dwight, our great pitch clock operator, is if a hitter calls time, as there's a swing and a miss, it's 0-2. He calls time, and it basically just resets the pitch clock. So there's not any time off with the pitch clock. So if it's at 3, you call time, it just goes back to either 15 or 18. 0-2, swinging a foul tip into the mid of the catcher. Wells hangs on to it. There's a strikeout of Mai Hizaki.
So let me be just very clear on this. The clock operator doesn't have to do anything.
Just reset it.
Just reset. Okay.
Yeah.
I got you.
So, like if he calls time with 3 or so, it would just go back to either 15 or 18. Instead of it just being blank for, a certain amount of time. First pitch, a fastball in there for a strike to Kumada, the shortstop, trying to make up for that error he committed in the ball game. The left-handed batter bats left and throws right. A 1 pitch. It's in there for a strike. When I was making out their roster, and the biggest hurdle, Josh, was the heights.
Because they're in centimeters,
From centimeters to inches and feet. 0-2. Woo. Wow. I don't know. That was in there. Should have been a called third strike on Kumada.
We need ABS.
Barber Runner at first base and 1 out. Mana waits, and the pitch swung on, foul tip off the mitt of Wells. Barber's got a little giddy up on that fastball. Hardest velocity that we've seen in the ball game from Alabama A&M.
He is out of Cranbrook, British Columbia. And I'm looking at it right now. They have a ton of current and former NHL players, most notably Steve Yzerman.
Oh, wow. Steve Yzerman.
Yzerman.
Is it Yzerman or Yzerman?
Yeah, well, it's a Y and then a Z. It's really difficult.
I'm sure it's Yzerman. Kind of like Patrick Roy used to be the goalie for the Colorado Avalanche.
Wasn't it Wah?
Yes, it was Wah.
That's why I don't follow hockey.
He was from the Czech Republic, I think. That was him.
Chris, if only we had a device.
1-2 pitch, fouled back off the screen, and staying alive is Kumada. I can't claim to be a hockey fan, but
That makes two of us. No, he's out of Quebec. Quebec.
okay. Well, there was a real good goalie in the NHL that was from the Czech Republic. Up to second base has gone Nishimura.
Well, right now the umpires.
I'm not sure why. Yeah.
I wonder. We're playing under professional rules, so I'm wondering if maybe the umpires are just a little confused on what they're supposed to do in maybe certain situations. I'm not saying that's the case here. I'm just throwing that out there as maybe an idea.
Coach Whitlow talking it over with Bill Ward, saying kind of what's the deal, and really didn't get much of an explanation. So I don't know. I don't know if that you call that a stolen base or what. 1-2 pitch. Popped up foul. It'll over there on top of the Sweets on that third base side. Yeah, love to see the next couple of nights. 6:35 first pitches. You see that wind blowing from right to left, picking up. Flags are at half mast. Honor of service members who lost their lives in the Middle East. 1-2, fouled back out the netting again. 1-2, a little late on that fastball, but he stays alive. Kumada. 0 for 2 with a walk. Been on base one time in the ballgame. That was a walk in that third inning. 1-2 again. Fastball. There's a called third strike. That was a beauty. A fastball in the outside corner. And Kumada is down on strikes. That's back-to-back strikeouts for Eden Barber. And I tell you what, he's coming after these guys with his fastball, and it's working.
A lot of confidence. I'm not sure if that hit the zone or not, but still, he's gone out there, kept a smile on his face despite the score, and really trying to impose his will on this Red Cruisers lineup.
So 2 outs now, the runner at second base, and the slider blowing away to Yuki Sato. Sato had an RBI single in that fourth inning. Zawa on deck, who had the 2-run single. The 1-0 pitch is ripped down that left field line, but hooking and foul. And the count evens up now at a ball and a strike. It's 1-1 out there at second base. Nishimura. Not really sure how he got to second base, but he's there. There's a ball hit well deep down the right field line, slicing towards the corner, and a basket catch made out there by Fields for the third out. That would give it a ride the opposite way by Sato. but it's into the glove of Fields for the third out. No runs, no hits. It was a walk, no errors, and 1 left on base. 8 left on now for the Red Cruisers through 5. On to the 6th inning, 7-0 Toyota Red Cruisers. You're watching the Global Baseball Series from Toyota Field. Ryuju Gota is the new pitcher for Japanese Toyota Red Cruisers as Osakawa, his day comes to an end after 5 innings of work. Allowed no runs on 1 hit, ended up walking 3 and striking out 5. Facing off against Taurus Murray Jr. So Hosokawa turns it over to his bullpen now in a 7-0 game. Gotoh. Fastball fouled straight back.
What are you saying, Goto?
Goto.
Goto.
Ryuyu Goto. He is in management at Toyota. Ball swung on and popped in the air out towards the right side of the infield. Second baseman Sato makes the catch, and that's out number 1.
So here's my question. If he's in management, let's say Sato had dropped that pop-up, could he fire him?
Well, it depends on the spots in the chain of command, I suppose. These are all valid questions.
Yeah, why do you think we should ask? Get to the bottom of this, Chris. Journalism at its finest.
Zacharias Rice will be the batter. So we can find some more information about this young man. Ota is 24 years old, out of Mai, Japan. As it's 2-0 now on Rice. One thing about the Red Cruisers was going to mention 2-0 pitch is lined sharply, and that's through Kumada, the shortstop, into left field. That'll be a base hit. That ball was scorched.
This had to bend it like Beckham action. But get a look at it again. I'd love to know the exit velocity on that one.
He's got barrel on it. It was off his glove. I don't know. That could be an error. Scored a base hit.
And they will.
Colin Mason will be the batter with 2 at-bats already today. He's 0 for 2. And we're going to have a pinch runner at first base. It's Zamar Lewis. It's a very big pinch runner, 6'4" junior. Goto. Pitch with a runner on base after that hard hit line drive. Pitch down and away for a ball that time to Colin Mason. 7-0 is your score. Red Cruisers. You're in this top half of inning number 6. Fastball beauty that time. But what I was going to say, the Red Cruisers, Japan's star shortstop on their World Baseball Classic team, which is Sosuke Genda, one of the nation's top players, a former member of these Red Cruisers. And he's definitely, and really the captain of that Japan team, and he comes from this Toyota Red Cruisers industrial team. Tells you some of the talent that comes through this ball club. 3-1 pitch on the way to Mason, fouled straight back off the netting.
Well, you look at this ball club, they have their ages on their roster, by the way, and most of the folks are ages 25 and over, but they got a couple of 19-year-olds. They have one 22-year-old in Nishimura. Those are guys who you could see move on somewhere else one day.
Here's a 3-2 payoff. Fouled away, we'll do it again. For Goto, on the mound, he's 183 centimeters tall, by the way. Just letting you know.
How tall is that?
Well,
I'm not good at the math.
6 foot 187, by the way. 85 kilograms, 85 kilos. Pitch in the dirt low, and that's ball 4. So a walk is issued to Colin Mason, 2 on base with 1 out. Bring in Keandre Fields, 0 for 2 so far. He's known for having good control.
Oh, okay.
And that's not...
of course, he just walked someone, but...
He is type A, blood type, by the way. His motto is calm and composed. Two on for Alabama A&M. They've had lots of base runners. They've stranded 6. They got 2 on base here. There's a ground ball left side of the infield. Diving attempt and a stop by Kamada, but he has no play. And the bases will be loaded with 1 out. So that'll be an infield single for Fields. Rice to third, Mason to second.
It's a beautiful play. He doesn't get to this, a run probably scores. So at the very least, he saved a run and possibly sets up a double play as well. But good to see A&M. They're not going quietly into that good night, trying to put a little rally together.
So here's Devontae Wells. They're trying to avoid being shut out as Lewis Whitlow out there outside the dugout. If he wants to bring in a pinch runner here or what, as he's looking over there towards first base. Mato with the bases loaded here. And a jam immediately. Slider swung on, hit well, deep towards left center field. Over, it's going to drop between the 2 outfielders. 1 run scores, and they'll advance 90 feet. I don't know if that was miscommunication between Azawa and Nishimura or what, but it drops out there. And Alabama A&M's on the board at 7-1.
Look at this. I thought Aizawa was going to have a beat on it. You know what? I think they just... Aizawa, you could see he took kind of a rough angle to the ball, but ultimately that thing was just laid out perfectly in left center field.
RBI single for Wells as Rice scores. And here's A.J. Anderson, bases loaded, 1 out. Little game pressure here. There's a ground ball. Yeah, it's past the first baseman. Suzuki into right field. A base hit. Throw comes in. 1 run scores. That's Mason, and it's 7-2. As Anderson drives in a run. Mason still loaded with 1 out.
By the way, nice turnout tonight by A&M as they're really making some noise. The crowd in attendance, but look at this throw by Maizaka as well. That was a beauty.
Sure, if you talk to director Kohai Fujiwara, he's not going to be happy with probably some of these plays by his team. Always is very fundamental. Here's Miles Jackson now, still bases loaded, swinging a liner foul out of play down the right field line. What makes this even more impressive is this is a team not used to hitting with wood.
Yeah.
And they pick up these wood bats after a game yesterday with aluminum. And they're putting the ball in play. And a little mustard on it as well as Jackson, top of the order here. Swinging a bouncer foul over towards the on-deck circle.
And again, a lot of these wood bats were donated by the Red Cruisers and the Los Angeles Angels as well.
Top of the 6th inning, and it's 7-2. No balls and 2 strikes here. A strikeout. Be nice if you're the Red Cruisers. The 0-2. High and tight with that fastball. And it's 1-2. Fields at third, Wells at second, Anderson at first. 1-2, slider down and away, lays off of it. This Alabama A&M team, you can tell, are feeling some momentum and a little bit of an opening here. 2-2 the count on Jackson. Swing and a foul straight back. A really impressive cut that time from Jackson. Maybe a little bit of that glare in the eyes facing a team from Japan has come and gone as we're now in the 6th inning. As they get a little extra confidence. Again with a 2-2. High ball 3. Nowhere to put Miles Jackson. This is a heck of an at-bat for the junior from Atlanta. 3-2 payout pitch. Broken back bouncer right back to him. Second, or home for 1 over to first. That's a double play. 1, 2, 3 on the double play as Miles Jackson cracks the bat, and Goto starts that 1-2-3 twin killing to retire the side. But how about Alabama A&M? They do get 2 runs on 4 hits. They'll leave 2 on base, and we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. 7-2 is your score. A&M showing some life as we head to the bottom of the inning. This is the Global Baseball Series here from Toyota Field. Welcome back to Toyota Field as we make our way to the bottom of the 6th inning. It'll be Ryosuke Aizawa to lead things off, and back to work will go Eden Barber. Some defensive changes. Josh, if you want to try and...
Yeah, I'm trying to get them all. Right now, into the game at third base for A&M, this will be Tervel Johnson. Staying in the game and moving to first base is A.J. Anderson. Also checking into the game, playing second, is Isaac Castro. And I'm still trying to look around and see if there are any other changes.
First pitch high and away to Aizawa.
You know, binoculars would be great at this time.
Yeah, if somebody hadn't have left him.
Oops.
Lewis was the pinch runner for Rice, so Lewis, I don't know if he stayed in the game. That maybe he won 6'4". This is why it's an exhibition game.
That's right.
2-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. That's a good on-speed delivery as Aizawa had that 2-run double. That was our only, or has been our only extra base hit of the night. 7-2 Red Cruisers. 2-1 is a ball. It's 3-1 now. So nice pitching. Fastball there, that's a strike. This is actually Antonio Torres on the mound. Apologies there. It's not Eden Barber, that's Antonio Torres who takes over on the hill. 3-2 the count here on Aizawa. And that one bounces in the dirt low. So he walks him. Walk issued by Torres. So Barber pitched 1 inning, and it was a good one. Strikes out 2, no walks, no runs, no hits. And Antonio Torres takes over. 6'2", 205, a senior from El Paso via Southeast Louisiana.
By the way, Eden Barber, a shutout inning, no hits, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. And I believe that's number 36 who's doing the catching, Cameron Finn. Oh, so this is what a spring training game is like, huh?
Of course, you have plenty of stories about spring training. Never forget going to Maryvale and to Milwaukee Brewers camp as Mitsuzuka waits from Torres and fouls the pitch off. And
wait, Maryville, Tennessee? They trained in Maryville?
Maryvale in
Oh,
Arizona.
Maryvale. Okay, I got you.
And I had just gone up to the press box, wanted to say hello to Jeff Levering and to the folks, and of course, as an 0-1 pitch will be delivered, of course, the great Bob Uecker.
Yes.
His wife was sitting in the back row, and I remember Jeff Levering turning and saying, "Have a seat." And for 1 inning, I got to sit next to Bob Uecker with a headset on. The 1-1 pitch is outside. It was late in the game, and of course, in that situation, all the minor league guys are wearing like 98 or 96.
And don't really know who they are.
And Bob Uecker, he ripped me, for not knowing some of the guys. There's a line drive hit to left center field, and that's a base hit for Mitsuzuka. On his horse, heading to third is Aizawa. He's going to be waved home, and he will score standing. And into third base with a triple is Mitsuzuka. And he drives in the 8th run of the game, and it's now 8-2 Red Cruisers.
Boy, he sliced this in a perfect area. Look at that. No one can catch up to it, and as you can see, you go into right center field. That ball takes a hard right angle, so it just continues to travel and travel out that way. Very easy triple for Mitsuzuka. And actually, Chris, I think I figured out a couple of things. Anderson is actually still at shortstop. And playing second base is Castro. I was right on that. I got to figure out who this first baseman is now.
I believe that is Lewis.
Who's wearing number 11.
Yes.
Okay, so that makes
Lewis,
sense.
Yeah. Nothing in one on Zumi as he takes a ball that time. It's even. We have some folks watching from Japan as well. It is in the morning time. One pitch on the way. It's a strike. Can only imagine what the Japanese subtitles would be putting up on your screen.
Well, it wouldn't matter. I wouldn't be able to read it.
Oh, boy. 1-2 the count. Line drive. That's a base hit down the left field line over Johnson's head. In to score from third base is Mitsuzuka, who tripled. And the RBI single from Ima Zazumi makes it a 9-2 ball game. RBI single. He's on base for the third time.
Oh, frustrating here for A&M. They just got 2 runs, and within the blink of an eye, the Red Cruisers get those 2 back. Still, pretty good piece of hitting by both Mitsuzuka as well as Imazumi. You can see how disciplined they are at the plate, and they come through in the clutch.
Here's Tomoya Nishimura, center fielder, runner at first base, and Torres delivers a slider for a strike.
So quickly, my favorite spring training story. This is 93, 94, somewhere in there. And the Braves have spring training at Municipal Stadium in West Palm Beach, Florida.
It's down and away for a ball, 1-1.
Which at the time they shared with the Montreal Expos. So the Braves and the Expos, they would play like 20 times every spring because it was so easy. But they are playing each other one day. The Braves get a run in the bottom of the ninth to tie the game at 3, and they go into extra innings, which is unheard of now. You almost never play extras in spring training now, but they did back then. And because each team had all their minor leaguers on the same complex, they just started going to all the backfields and pulling guys left and right. They wound up playing 17 innings before Atlanta won. My dad was about to lose his mind.
That pitch is low, and it's 2-2. Shout out to Morris Morioka and the band down the first base line, the rally band, and the drums and the trumpets. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Nishimura. Runner goes, swinging a tap foul. Back to first base will go Sota. Imayazumi. It's a 9-2 ball game. Still nobody out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. There is a 10-run rule in effect through 7 if it gets to that point. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Nishimura. Check on that runner at first base. Nishimura has walked and been hit by a pitch. Two balls, 2 strikes. Runner goes. And now bluffing, going back to first base.
Boy, they had him too.
Izumi, yeah.
Had him. The throw was a little high. It made it a long tag for Lewis, and that gave Izumuri just enough time to get back in.
Three and 2 the count. Here's Torres' pitch. Bounces in the dirt. Spiked it that time. Runner was off, so that'll be credited. Well, no, it won't be a stolen base because that's ball 4. So up to second base goes Amazumi. And that'll bring in Fukui as Nishimura takes the walk. He's on base once again. And Lewis Whitlow is going to head out to the mound. He's going to make a pitching change here.
That's actually Mark Hernandez, their pitching coach. And I think this is a situation where you pull Torres inside and say, listen, We got a game tomorrow. We got a 3-game conference series starting on Thursday. We really need you to bear down and at least give us 1 inning here. But you got to start by getting the ball over the plate. They put it in play. It's a hit, so be it. But right now he's walked 2 men in this inning, and we talked about their need to keep the walks down. They just haven't done it.
This is cool. You have Mayazumi out there talking it over with Castro and Anderson. And I would imagine Mayazumi knows some English because they're at least communicating. And, of course, baseball is a universal language, but that's so cool to see. Of course, he's 22 years old, probably the same age as those two guys.
And Anderson and Castro, they may be asking about some of his teammates. They're pretty good.
Ground ball back up the middle. Nice ranging over play. Castro flips to second as he slides to make the grab. He's still face down on the dirt. But what a play by Castro up the middle as they get the fielder's choice. Nishimura is forced out at second base. Over to third goes Amayazumi. But what a nice defensive play there.
Yeah. And he almost turned his wrist going after that ball, but still kept his wits about him, made sure to make a good feed over to Anderson, covering and get 1 out of that.
So Nishimura will be the batter now with runners at the corners. And a fastball is up high for ball 1. Nishimura has walked twice and single plus scored a run. On base all 3 times. Fastball high that time. Red Cruisers have stranded 8 runners on base. That's been one of the reasons why potentially they haven't even scored more runs than they have already. 2-0 is down and in. 3-0. 9-2 Red Cruisers. Tomorrow night we get the first look at some of the Rocket City Trash Pandas players as they'll be in action against UAH. 3-0. And it's a ball outside, so a 4-pitch walk issued to Nishimura. And back to the top of the lineup is Into Maihazaki.
This may be it. Lewis Whitlow out onto the field, but he hasn't approached his pitcher yet.
Inning started with a walk to Azawa and an RBI triple by Mitsuzuka, excuse me. An RBI single from Imazami. A couple more walks issued as that first pitch is a strike to Maihazaki.
Actually, Lewis is in front of the dugout, but he's really going over mechanics with Torres as this inning goes on.
Check swing on a slider that time. They'll appeal and they'll say he did go. So a ball and a strike on. This is actually a pinch hitter. Naoa Sakamaki is the pinch hitter. Ball that time 2-1. So Miyazaki is out of the game now. Sakamaki is in the game. Slider down and away. It's 3-1. He is 27 years old from Chiba, Japan. 5'9", 179 pounds. Here's a 3-1 pitch. Slider bounces in the dirt, and that's ball 4. So the bases will be loaded. No, that's a, he walks in the run. The bases were loaded, so it does walk in a run. It's now 10-2. And his coming home is Fukui. Over to third base is Nishimura. And at second base, Nishimura, excuse me. And that was Amazumi who scored.
There is activity underway in the A&M bullpen, but Lewis Whitlow really doesn't want to have to go to someone else in this inning as much as Torres is struggling. Right now he's just trying to get through the rest of this ball game.
So here's Toyo Kumada now, 8th batter of the inning for the Red Cruisers. As Torres fires in a ball outside. 4 walks in the inning now. Total of 7, 9, 10 walks in total. Torres misses again high and away. And it's 3-0. Well, if they do get to 12 and hold A&M in the top of the inning, that would be the run rule. 3-0 pitch. Oh, that's ball 4. And it's 11-2, and Lewis Whitlow is going to make a pitching change. That's back-to-back RBI walks. Make it a 4-run inning now, and it's 11-2 in favor of the Red Cruisers. The 9th batter of the inning will be coming up, Yuku Sato, and looks like it'll be potentially against the new pitcher. Nobody entering yet, as Lewis Whitlow talking it over with Torres in front of the mound.
Well, it's the second meeting, so there should be, but then again, it's an exhibition. They may be lenient with the rules here.
Yep, they're going to bring in a new pitcher. We'll step aside. You're watching the Global Baseball Series here from Toyota Field. Pitching change made by Coach Whitlow at Alabama A&M. This is Davion Lavender, a left-hander who comes on with the bases loaded, full of Red Cruisers. And the batter, Yuku Seto, as he swings at the first pitch, pops it up into shallow right field, coming on and making the catch in right is Fields. And that is a big one pitch, one out for Lavender. As he'll face off against Azawa now, who started the inning with a walk, came around to score. Ryosuke Aizawa.
Ben Petrie's still going strong, getting these names down pat.
He is doing a heck of a job. Aizawa awaits, and the pitch is a strike. 0-1. And the 2-run double back in the 4th inning. They scored 6 runs. 1-1 to Aizawa. 5'9", 187 pounds. He's 29 years old, from Okayama, Japan. popped up foul on that third base side. 1-2. 11-2 is your score. 11 runs on 9 hits for the Red Cruisers. 2 runs on 5 hits for A&M. 1-2. It's 2-2.
The band plays on.
They have been going strong all night long, and when this Red Cruisers team's at the plate. Here's a swing and a high fly ball out towards left center field. Hammonds coming on, Wynn knocking it down a bit. He'll make the catch for the third out, and Aizawa is retired to end the bottom of the 6th inning. So they have batted around twice in the ball game, and they lead it now 11-2. 4 runs come across on 2 hits, lots of walks, and 3 left on base. Bases left loaded. We go to the 7th inning, 11-2. Red Cruisers over Alabama A&M. You're watching the Global Baseball Series here from Toyota Field.
Line right there. There you go, guys. Good job. All right, when I say go, you start rolling. First one through the finish line wins. On your marks, get set, roll. Here we go. This is the easy part. Whoa, look out. Whoa, look out. You're going in the field of play. Field of play. There we go. Well, that's certainly one way. And then he realized he was cheating a little bit. Now he's re-rolling. This is going to be a battle. This is the tough part, though. When you get fully wrapped up, how do you get past the finish line? That effort will not be denied. There we go. Give it up for Jackson, the winner of today's Sushi Roll.
Six innings in the books here on day 1 of this Global Baseball Series. And obviously, a big thank you to our friends at Toyota Motor Manufacturing Alabama. They'll be here in full force this week, especially on Wednesday. They're bringing a lot of the employees out. First pitch in there for a strike as Goto goes back to work. And he will be facing off against the 2, 3, and 4 batters for Alabama A&M as Bryson Hammonds takes a strike. Now he's down 0-2.
You know, you look at Goto and just like Hosokawa, both have that pause when they get to the apex of their windup. Whenever I see that, I always think back to Hideo Nomo.
Chan-Ho Park.
Yes. Now, Hideo was different, and for those of you too young to know, Hideo Nomo was really the first Japanese pitcher to come over and make his presence known in Major League Baseball.
There's a ball jammed, grounded out towards short. And Kamuta takes care of Hammonds, 1 away.
Now, the difference with him and what you're seeing here, a la Fernando Valenzuela, he would turn completely around to where you saw his back if you were the hitter, and you didn't know what was going to be coming right at you.
Nomo would put his hands all the way above.
Yep.
And then twist.
And pause.
And then boom.
Yeah.
He would hide the baseball, and that's what made him so deceptive. Now, he started an all-star game, if I'm not mistaken.
I have
but,
to check.
You know, as years went on, he became less and less effective as more guys would get more used to his delivery. Seemed like I remember a matchup between he and Randy Johnson in the All-Star game or something like that. No balls and a strike on Isaac Castro, who digs in. First at bat for him Entering for Brian Chris Walker. As Castro is in the hole now, 0-2. 0-2. Pitch low and away.
So you are accurate. He did start the 1995 All-Star game. And a little other unknown nugget.
Chopper towards the left side. That's going to get past Azumi out there at third base. And a base hit for Castro. He's 1 for 1, his first plate appearance.
Believe it or not, and probably one of the biggest shams in baseball history, he actually won that year's most valuable, or actually it wasn't most valuable player, it was Rookie of the Year. You know who he beat out?
95?
Yep. Chopper to Chipper.
That was gonna be a guess. Chipper Jones.
And I don't say that just because I was a Braves fan growing up, but how do you compare a guy who pitches once every 5 days to a guy who goes out there every day? You can't.
Nomo was a phenomenon. Of course, pitching for the Dodgers, obviously.
And if you want to know just how good he could be, he had a no-hitter at Colorado, if you remember that.
1-1 downstairs. Ichiro Suzuki is actually type of an advisor for this Toyota Red Cruisers team. Yeah. He's listed in some of the materials you'll see. The 2-1 pitch popped up. The elevator shaft. First one of 2026. Catcher battling the wind. Fukui almost losing track of that as he makes the catch.
By the way, this was KJ Stanfield who was pinch hitting in the DH spot for Murray. Be sure we give him some love.
And this is Lewis, who pinch ran for Zacharias Rice in the 5th. 6'4", big right-handed batter. There's a nice tight curveball for a strike. 1-1. 2 outs, a runner at first base. Castro over there. As Lewis takes the ball.
By the way, just want to quickly remind everyone, opening day is Friday against the Biloxi Shuckers. Tickets are still available. Call the box office or go online to trashpandasbaseball.com and reserve your seats for Friday night. Should be a lot of fun.
There's a lot of stuff planned pregame on Friday. A lot of pyro stuff. They have the nuclear football in there.
The what?
See that red button in there?
Yeah.
1-2 pitch. There's a called strike 3 at the knees, says home plate umpire Bill Ward. And Bueno says Lewis, but it is a called third strike. And Goto picks up his first strikeout of the evening. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 left. Time to stretch here from Toyota Field with the Toyota Red Cruisers on top of Alabama A&M, 11-2. This is the Global Baseball Series from Toyota Field. the first Cotton Eye Joe of 2026 after the 7th inning stretch as the Toyota Red Cruisers come to bat on top of Alabama A&M in this Global Baseball Series exhibition. As we'll see another new pitcher on for Alabama A&M. This is Jose Valerio who takes over for the Bulldogs. Righty fires, and it's 1-0. Where's number 19? 6 foot, 185 pounds, a redshirt freshman from Trujillo Alto, Puerto Rico. Out of the International Baseball Academy. 1-0. Fouled straight back. 1 ball and 1 strike. There's a 10-run rule in effect after 7, so if the Red Cruisers score in this 7th inning, that would end this ball game. The 1-1 is a strike, and it's 1-2. As Musashi Mitsuzuka bats for the 5th time. He is 1 for 4, had an RBI triple. His last at bat, count even now 2-2. Batted around twice. As the next is chopped to the first baseman. Oh, bobble that time, but a flip and safe at first base. As that was Lewis flipping to his pitcher covering, but it's that relay or that flip. Tried to rush it maybe slightly and just beat it out.
You gotta give this Red Cruiser team credit. We've seen a couple of times where they've been able to stay on base paths just by hustling down the line. We had a fielder's choice attempt at second that went the Red Cruisers' way because they just wouldn't give up on a play, and that's another great example right there by Mitsuzuka.
Here's Mayazumi as the curveball's in there for a strike. Call that an error. I did. Reminds me of the theme from RBI Baseball on Nintendo.
Actually, they're going to call that a hit.
0-1 pitch, snap go down to first base. And Suzuka.
Sounds like you're questioning the official scoring today, Chris.
Well, if I knew who to argue with, you know. 1 ball and 1 strike. Off speed, drops in there for a strike call, and it's 1-2.
You know what? I'm going to call it a hit just because these are our friends. They've come all the way here from Tokyo, so we're going to give them an attaboy.
In soccer, we would call this a friendly, right?
A friendly, yes.
Why can't we just call this a friendly in baseball? 1-2. Tie, 2-2.
Here's the good news. We have all made friends today. Or at least we think.
2 balls, 2 strikes on Aya Mazumi. Chopper to third. Johnson who plays at first, and a strong throw hustling down the line. Mazumi up to second base goes Mitsuzuka. The play goes 5-3. 1 away now for Nishimura. Tomoya Nishimura.
Now look, I know this game is one-sided. It's a little out of hand, but with the run rule in effect, you get to play this a little differently if you're either team.
That's technically the game-winning run.
Yeah, and that's how you think it. If you're A&M, you say to yourself, okay, it's not 11-2, it's 2-2, because this may come back to help you at some point down the line against a conference opponent. And if you're the Red Cruisers, you have a chance to walk it off and end the game.
Learn from every situation. 1-0, tying away.
And if you're Valerio, you get to pitch as if it's a high-pressure situation.
All downstairs that time. 3-0. Nishimura. He's walked twice. He's been hit by a pitch. 0 for 1. Get into a fielder's choice in that fourth inning in which they scored 6. Red Cruisers have only scored in 3 innings, as there's ball 4.
Well, and that's been the big problem for A&M. Their pitchers just can't consistently get the ball over the plate. That is, wow.
12?
Yeah, number 12, and we're only in the 7th inning.
So 2 on.
And the defense has shown they can make some plays, but you got to give them a shot.
And here comes Mark Hernandez.
I don't know if this is a pitch comp thing or what the deal is. Yeah. That is one rule I wish we would change. Just get rid of the pitch comp. We've been using signs for so many decades, and they work just fine.
I was on some teams that we had some very creative sign stealing strategies.
Oh.
Very creative. I've heard of some really creative ones too. Fastball in there for a strike. It's 0-1.
Are they safe for stream?
I
Probably
mean,
not.
Usually, at least at the college level, when I was there, we would have a designated couple of people that their job was to try and figure out the signs of the other team. And that's still something that happens. Now it's on the video coordinators and game planning strategists for the teams in pro ball. The 1-1. And that one's out the end of the bat. 1-2 on Hakayama, who gets his first at bat. Haruto Hakayama, native of Tokyo. He's just 19 years old, Josh. 5'9", 187. Works at the Lexus headquarters.
Uh-oh.
1-2. And it's 2-2.
Well, you know what? I drive a Lexus, and I need to have a word with him. Have a word with him. Some issues with my Lexus. I
Well, we can probably go out and check on it for you.
I'm kidding.
2-2. Swing and a miss. Chases one down and away that time. And that's out number 2. So Suzuka stays at second base. Shimura at first base.
This will be another pinch hitter if I'm not mistaken. Obata.
Hiroki Obata is the pinch hitter. 29-year-old. 5'10", 209. Obata. Base hit would end the ball game for the Red Cruisers. Ball taken outside. It's 1-0 to him. Give Jose Valerio some credit. After the first runner got on base, that play at first base, he has walked one, but there's a strike and it's 1-1. Picked up a strikeout as well. 4 strikeouts for this Alabama A&M pitching staff today. The 1-1 in the dirt. 2 balls and a strike.
You know, I listen to this band. You know what it reminds me of is, and we'll hear a lot of it this upcoming summer, but the World Cup, the Zuzuletas that a lot of the Latin America countries use. There's just constant noise. In a good way, I mean.
2-1. Outside, 3 balls and a strike. One of my, I wouldn't say favorite, but an underrated baseball movie. You ever seen Mr. Baseball with Tom Selleck?
Absolutely.
Always really enjoyed that movie. That's kind of my initial view of Japanese baseball. Pitch outside, that's ball 4, so a 2-out walk is issued to the pinch hitter.
It may not have been the best movie in terms of plot, however, going off of what you said, They did a really wonderful job researching Japanese baseball and presenting it in an accurate manner to an American audience. And Tom Selleck, a lot of people forget, he was an athlete too. He took some BP with the Detroit Tigers. He was a big Tiger fan. Had a couple of home runs.
Sakamaki takes a pitch outside for a ball. Second at bat for him. Now in this number 1 spot.
Lewis Whitlow out to the mound.
And he's going to tell him, if you walk him, the game's over. At least want to. That'd be the worst thing in the world, a walk-off walk in this situation.
Well, you know what? Lewis is going to play this like it's a one-run game or a tie ball game. He doesn't want the game to end right here. He's going to put someone else in a high-pressure situation, or as high pressure as it can be, and see if they can step up.
So with a 1-0 count, Lewis Whitlow's going to go to the bullpen to try and keep this game alive.
That's number 37. That'll be Raymond Clark.
He's 6'4", 225, and a left-hander.
Now with the count 1-0, should Miyazaki reach, the at-bat will belong to Valerio. If he's retired, the at-bat will belong to Clark.
Clark, a junior from Atlanta. Stillman guy.
Another Stillman guy.
Well, I just hope he can throw a strike here. Ended on a bases loaded walk. As the batter, Sakamaki, 5'9", 179. He's in an advanced technology management.
Uh-oh. I said Miyazaki. This is Sakamaki. You're right.
Sakamaki.
Yep. So a chance here for Clark to step up in this situation. Like you said, he's out of Stillman. Got a great build for a pitcher, 6'4", 225. So we'll see if he has any giddy up on that fastball. By the way, Angels came up short tonight. They fell to the Cubbies 7-2. Braves shut out the A's tonight by the final 4-0. A's are off to a rough start. I'm a little surprised by that.
So the left-hander's ready now, the 1-0. And there's a strike, 1 ball, 1 strike. On Sakamaki, second at bat, he walked and had an RBI. It was a bases loaded walk his last time up. Bases are full of Red Cruisers here, 2 outs. And the pitch is driven in the air towards center field, but there is Hammond, and he'll make the catch for the 3rd out, and we go forward to the 8th inning. So in the inning, no runs. Give him 1 hit. And the bases are left loaded. 3, 6, 7, 9, 11, 13, 14 runners left on base by the Red Cruisers through 7 innings. My goodness. We go to the 8th inning. It's 11-2 Red Cruisers. This is the Global Baseball Series here from Toyota Field.
Oh, man, we got to come up with a catchier name for that one. All right, we'll work on that, but until then, here we go with 3 contestants. They each have an egg. 2 were boiled, 1 was not. We're going to smash it on our heads. If you get messy, you're eliminated. Last one standing will be the winner. All right, if you have an egg in your hands, when I say go, smash it into your forehead in 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, and there it is. 1 is down. And we got a little splash on contestant 2. You hate to see it. All right, the final round right here. 1 egg is boiled. 1 egg is not. Who will be messy? Let's find out in 3, 2, 1, go. Hey, and give it up for today's winner. Taking home her own boiled egg and cleaning up the other contestants. Give it up for them, folks.
A new pitcher for the Toyota Red Cruisers. And to tell you who it is and to take you home in this 11-2 ball game, here's Josh Carey.
Okay, Chris, thank you so much. 11-2 your score as Akito Osake will come into the game for the Red Cruisers. He's the third pitcher of the game for Raijayu Goto. He will go 2 innings. He allowed 5 hits, 2 runs, both of which were earned. He walked 1, and he struck out another. So that does it for him, and due up for the Bulldogs. Leading things off will be Tervel Johnson. This is his first at-bat of the game, as he came in for Colin Mason a couple of innings ago in the field. And so Johnson will stand in, righty-on-righty matchup, and the first pitch is a swing and a miss as he corkscrewed himself into the ground. It's 0-1. Osake out of Fukushima went to Troy University. He's in assembly at Toyota as the pitch misses outside. It will even at a ball and a strike. Next pitch misses high and tight. And the count at 2-1. Again, this was a 1-0 ball game at the end of 3, and then the Red Cruisers busted it wide open with 6 in the 4th to take command. As another pitch, a fastball cut through and missed. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. A&M tried to make a game of it. They got their lone 2 runs in the 6th inning, but Red Cruisers bounced back with 4 in the bottom half, and that's where you get the 11-2 count. As the 2-2 is tipped foul at home plate. Pulled the string on him. Out in front was Johnson. And the count will remain at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Tervel Johnson. He'll stand back in. 6'1", 210, another Atlanta kid. Played at Seattle University. Actually, I think he spent some time at Georgia Tech as well. Right against right. 2-2. Missing down and in. Slider. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Johnson for the year hitting .263. He's had a decent season, 4 home runs, 26 batted in. Payoff pitch. Down and away, ball 4. Missed with a slider. Johnson will trot to first. Walk number 1 by Osake. And I know A&M has had a hard time with the bases on balls, but Red Cruisers, they've had their struggles as well. That's their 5th walk of the contest. And 1 on with no one out for Keandre Fields, who's gone the distance today. He's 1 for 3. A single, a comebacker to the mound, and a pop-up to second. Right against right. As holding the runner at first is Michizaka, and the first pitch is a strike, a fastball. It's 0-1 on the right-handed hitter. Wind drifting gently out toward left center field. Lovely night for baseball. Temperature is still in the high 50s or low 60s. As the next pitch, did he go around? Yes, he did. Slider down and away, unable to hold up was Fields as Corey Simpson rung him up over at first base. 0-2 on Fields as Osake will go for the strikeout. High setup, here's the 0-2. Fastball cut through and missed as late on that swing was Fields. That'll be strikeout number 1 for Osake, and that is also the 7th strikeout for Red Cruisers pitching. 1 away for Devontae Wells. Devontae 1 for 2. He's got an RBI single that came back in the 6th inning. He's also bounced to short, walked, and stolen a base. This will be right on right. First pitch. Fastball in on his hands, fought off to the right that time by Fields. 0-1 on the right-handed hitter. There's a look at it. And actually, I beg your pardon, this is Cameron Finn. I forgot. He came in and caught for Wells. So this is Finn's first at-bat. Next pitch. Fastball down and away. Evening at a ball and a strike. Cameron Finn, look out. Batting 600 on the year. Of course, this is only his 6th at-bat. So no home runs, 1 RBI. Right against right, 1-1. Slider in the dirt to the right. Good stop by Hakoyama. Count at 2-1. By the way, a couple of defensive changes here for the Red Cruisers. Into the game to play right field is Sakamaki. Naioa Sakamaki. All right, set up. Here's the 2-1. Runner goes, pitches high, throw to second, and they're going to easily have him out. No, what are they calling? Home plate umpire Bill Ward points to second, and I think he may have called the balk.
Yeah, I think he did.
Yeah, that's what it was. So take the stolen base away. I thought the base runner Johnson was giving up on the play, but no, they called a balk. Second one of those tonight. One for each team. And a runner at second with 1 away with the count 2-1 on Cameron Finn. 6'2", 180. As the next pitch is a check swing, fouled off to the right. He got jammed up on a high and tight off-speed pitch, and he half swung the ball and fouled it to the right. Very late call by Bill Ward, the home plate umpire, on the balk. So 2-2 on Finn, who played at Xavier of Louisiana College. I believe that's an NAIA school.
Yes.
2-2. Fastball down and in. 3 balls and 2 strikes. If I'm not mistaken, I believe they're in the same conference as that other Louisiana school. Here's the high setup. 3-2. Pitches rolled, left side, ranging, past a diving Kumada into left field. Stopping at third will be Johnson. A single for Finn. And runners are going to be at the corners with 1 out, as that will be the 8th hit of the game for A&M.
I'll tell you what, Josh, it's 11-2, and it's, 9:30, and they had a game yesterday, they've got a game tomorrow, lots of bus rides in between, but they're having a blast.
Yeah.
And I think this is great for them, confident. They're down 11-2, but you know what? They've done some really nice things, especially with the bats.
And I know you don't want to close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades, but let's be very candid. First, here's the set. Osake delivers, and the pitch is inside, 1-0. The way this was going, I thought we were going to be done here in the 7th inning. The fact we're in the 8th, that's a minor victory for A&M.
It really is,
and I'm not trying to be a smart aleck at all. It's just, if they go the full 9, that's a little feather in their cap against a quality team. But 1-0 misses low, 2 balls, and no strikes. But anyway, I was about to say about Xavier of Louisiana, I believe they're in that same conference as LSU Shreveport. That was the team that went undefeated last year, which in college baseball is unheard of. 2-0 in the dirt, 3 balls and no strikes. But when you're in the midst of a losing streak and you're constantly on the road like A&M is, you got to find ways to keep things loose, and Lewis Whitlow has done a very nice job of doing that. The great part about being in a one-bid league, all that matters is what you do over one weekend in May. Here's the 3-0. Swung on, looped out into right center. That's going to get down for a hit and bring in a run. At second, and putting the brakes on there will be Finn. RBI single for Anderson. In from third is Johnson. For Anderson.
2 RBIs in the game.
Well, making an 11-3 ball game as we go back to the top of the order. And Miles Jackson. So touched up for a run here is Osake. And Jackson will step in. 1 for 3, a single, a 1-2-3 double play, a walk, and a foul out to second. Right against right. The look in by Osake. And the first offering. Fastball going to miss high. It's 1-0. But we've talked about it before with A&M. Can they turn the corner and just do those little things that's going to help put them over the top? One example of that is what happened with Jackson in the 6th inning. Came to the plate, bases loaded, pitches in the dirt. It's 2-0. The score at the time was 7-2. Best hitter at the plate, chance to really get back into the game, and he dribbles into a 1-2-3 double play. Those are the types of things that have bitten A&M in the whatchamacallit this season. 2-0. And the fastball high, 3-0.
These Red Cruisers are used to using Mizuno baseballs. It's a little bit of a difference for these guys when it comes to the baseballs and some other things too.
3-0 fastball he was taking was Jackson, and he took a strike. 3-1 on the right-handed hitter.
You see these guys out and about. They are head to toes in Mizuno stuff.
Yes, they are. That's their Louisville slugger,
yeah,
basically, as the next pitch will miss high. And is that ball 4? I believe it is. And it is. Jackson took a moment there. So second walk of the inning for Osake. And that's now walk number 6 for the Red Cruisers.
Yeah, there's a lot of things on the Red Cruisers side that their staff is going to have an opportunity tomorrow on their day off to try to improve upon. This is a trip for them. I know it's a cultural exchange, but they're trying to get better too.
Here's Bryson Hammonds. And the slider catches the inside corner. It's 0-1 on the right-handed hitter. Hammonds trying to get off the schneid. He's 0-4. 2 rollouts to second, another to short, and then a foul out to second. Next pitch, fastball high and tight. Evening at a ball and strike. Tell you what, that website you were on that talks about the player, does it mention their schedule?
Let me pull it back up.
The high setup again. Osake next pitch. Took something off speed, and taking a strike that time is Hammonds. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Let's see. They opened their season in about another month.
Yeah, April 30th.
In the Babe Ruth Cup Finals. Whatever those are. High setup, check of second, 1-2. Fastball swung through a miss, strike 3. Hammonds tips it into the mid of Hakayama as going high and away from the zone was Osake. That'll be strikeout number 2 for Osake. And out number 2 in the 8th inning, this will be Chris Walker. Or pardon me, this will be Castro, beg your pardon. Isaac Castro singled his first time up. Right against right as Osake. First pitch is in the dirt. Looked like a slider. It's 1-0.
They're kind of mid-season. The schedule we were looking at starts at the bottom, actually, and goes up.
Oh.
They lost to Mitsubishi Motors.
Oh, that's a rivalry.
Okazaki 5-1 on the 19th of March.
Fastball cut through and missed. It's 1-1. That's kind of like their Auburn Bama, right?
Right, it's got to be.
1-1 as Osake will stand back in. Well, will come set. Castro's the one standing in, Josh. And throwing his bat on the swing and miss was Walker. It's 1-2. Again, they're not used to using those, and I don't see a pine tar rag down there either.
When they get back, they'll be playing back at the Toyota Sports Center. They play some universities as well as, of course, other industrial teams.
The mighty Nippon New Drugs will be on the docket.
And Mitsubishi Motors again in a grudge match on the 22nd of April.
Getting his war club is Osake, or is Castro, as Osake looks to end the inning. Here's the 1-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. Blew him away with a fastball, back-to-back Ks by Osake. In fact, he gets 3 strikeouts in the inning. And the side is retired. Bulldogs do get one, though. It's earned. They do it on 2 hits. No errors in the inning. 3 men left on base. Bottom 8 on its way. Red Cruisers in command, 11-3. This is the Global Baseball Series from Toyota Field. Bottom of the 8th inning, 11-3. Red Cruisers leading Alabama A&M 2 up 4. The Red Cruisers, it'll be the 3, 4, and 5 hitters, Kumada, Sato, and Aizawa, facing Raymond Clark, who came in and got the final out of the 7th inning. Closed the book on Jose Valerio, 2/3 of an inning, 1 hit, no runs. He walked 2 and struck out another, as Clark's first pitch is a fastball, called a strike. It's 0-1. Kumada tonight, 0 of 3. 2 walks, 1 with the bases loaded. Strikeout looking, a fielder's choice, and a ground out to second. He's also scored a run, as the next pitch is a strike. 0-2 on the left-handed hitter, as Raymond Clark so far has come in here and done exactly what you want him to do, throw strikes. Here's the 0-2. Pitch is ripped foul off to the left, as trying to go to the opposite field was Kumada. Clark working quickly. He'll go back from the belt. Here's the 0-2. Oh, almost hit him. Looked like a fastball that slipped out of his hand and went high and tight. 1 ball and 2 strikes. By the way, Trash Pandas face UAH tomorrow. We really haven't talked about UAH too much. As the next pitch swung on, rolled gently to first on a knee to Field Lewis. He'll run to the bag in time to catch the speedy Kumada, who was busting it down the line again. 3 unassisted, 1 out in the 8th inning for Yuki Sato. Sato is 2 of 4, 2 singles, an RBI, a run scored twice. He's flied out to right. Let's see, UAH baseball having, well, they're struggling a little bit. 13-18 on the year, 9-12 in conference play. As the pitch misses outside, 1-0. Actually, one thing we haven't brought up, different sport, but still want to mention it nonetheless. Congrats to the UAH women's basketball team. Fastball high and away, 2-0. They made it all the way to the national semifinals before falling last week, but still a great year for them. Anyway, UAH's baseball team, they are coming off of a 3-game sweep against Delta State. As the next pitch is a fastball high and away. 3 balls and no strikes, so they're trying to right the ship. They also have to be careful of their pitching. They play Miles in a home game on Wednesday. Here's the set, 3-0 pitch. And that misses outside, ball 4. So a 4-pitch walk to Sato. And my goodness, that is now walk number 14 for A&M pitchers. Let's see. Our walks this year are sponsored by Moonwalk Inflatables. I have a feeling they're going to want to re-up the contract with the way things are going here. One on with one out. Here is Ryosuke Aizawa. It's 1 for 4, a 2-run double, a walk, and 2 runs scored. Twice he's flied out to center and a fielder's choice to short. Left against left as Clark will go back to work. Runner will go. Pitch is high. Throw to second. That is going to be late. A feet first slide and a stolen base for Sato. Perhaps a little surprised to see that, but again, one more run ends the ball game. As count out 1-0. Here's a look at the replay as Finn came up throwing. Very good jump by Sato. Here's the set. Clark with the 1-0. Did he go around on the high fastball? He did not, as it stays high. 2-0 on the left-handed hitter. Bulldogs playing Aizawa straight away in the outfield. The left-handed hitter stands in. 2-0. Fastball. There's a strike. 2-1 the count. 3-8-1 for A&M, 11-10-2 for the Red Cruisers. Check of second. Clark. Here's the 2-1. Fastball fouled straight back to the screen. Even at 2-2. Clark takes a moment, shakes off a signal. Now he's good to go. A check of the runner at second. 2-2. Fastball again fought off to the left. Good fight here by Aizawa. Staying at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Again, out of Okayama. We've talked about him before. The left-handed hitter ready to go. Clark is ready. 2-2. Swung on and skied into right. Starting back now, charging in Fields. He'll make a bill high catch. And back to second will go Sato without number 2. As Aizawa flies to right. Hey, Chris, you were looking at that schedule. What's their record, Red Cruisers? Does it say? And doesn't say.
Not counted up.
All right.
1-1.
As Mitsuzuka comes to the plate. He's 2 of 5. An RBI triple and a single. He's also scored a run. First pitch. And the slider misses down and away 1-0. Is also grounded to second, fly to right, and line to center.
Five and 3.
5-3. Young season so far. Here's the 1-0. Fastball. That misses high.
Kind of a lot of times what they'll do, and they're going to do in April, is it's almost like a travel ball.
Yeah.
They'll play in a weekend tournament with a lot of different industrial teams.
So basically, they go to work Monday through Friday. Then after work, it's kind of like school. You go to baseball practice as the fastball is high, 3 balls and no strikes, or you play in games, and who knows, I'm sure they get some time off of work for that. As Clark falls behind in the count. There is someone warming up in the Red Cruisers' pen if we have the 9th inning. There's a fastball and there's a strike. 3-1 on Mitsuzuka. Clark trying to wrap up the night defensively for A&M. From the belt, 3-1 pitch. Fastball cut through and missed by Mitsuzuka. And it's 3-2, and Clark will try to wrap up the inning here. He's come in, he's retired 3 of the 4 men he's faced. Sota Imazumi waits on deck. Clark from the belt, 3-2. Fastball fought off to the left. Late swing that time by Mitsuzuka. It will remain at 3 balls and 2 strikes. We've had no home runs tonight. That's not too terribly surprising. A&M using wood bats on a rare occasion, and for Red Cruisers, their first game in the States, as the next pitch led up, just missed high. Clark thought he had him. So did Lewis Whitlow, as Bill Ward gets a earful. Second walk of the game and of the inning, and that's walk number 15 for A&M pitchers. So runners at first and second, 2 away, and Imazumi will get one more at bat. Here's the last pitch. Ooh, close. Imazumi, 2 of 4, 2 singles, 2 runs scored, a walk, and an RBI. He's also struck out swinging and grounded to third. So lefty on lefty, first pitch is a fastball down and in. 1-0 on the left-handed hitter. Well, you look at this Red Cruisers team, you look at the jerseys, they remind you of the Angels.
A little bit.
Which, of course, is the Trash Pandas Major League affiliate. Ball bounded left side and through for a hit. Runner at third, up with it Jackson. Throw to the plate is going to be late. Throw will also go to third. That'll be late as well, and let's make sure the game ends here. That'll make it a 12-2 contest. As coming around is Sato.
They have 3 now, so.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. So it's a 9-run game.
That's all right.
My apologies.
I had to remind myself, too.
So Mitsuzuka goes first to third. RBI single for Imazumi. So it's a 12-3 game, and here's Tomoya Nishimura with the game-ending run at third base. Actually, I beg your pardon. This will be Kaida Wada on to pinch hit. And the first offering is a fastball down and away. 1 ball and no strikes. Wada out of Kagoshima went to Chukayo University, works in human resources. This will be a lefty on righty matchup as it's now 12-3. Next offering, down and away. 2 balls and no strikes. Away at third is Mitsuzuka, and leading at first is Maizumi. Next pitch. Swung on, grounded left side, and that's through for a base hit. In to score is Mitsuzuka. Stopping at second is Imazumi. RBI single for Wada, and let's make sure that does it. Yeah, the Red Cruisers are walking towards the field, and that's going to be in the end of the game. So an RBI single by Wada will end it, as here in the 8th inning for the Red Cruisers, they'll get 2 runs. Both are earned on 2 hits. No errors. They'll leave 2 more men to end the game. And for Raymond Clark, boy, he came within 1 out of getting through this, but he'll go 1 inning. He'll allow 2 hits, 2 runs, both earned. He walked 2, and he struck out none. And we'll go ahead and total things up right here for A&M. They're going to finish with 3 runs on 4, 6, 7, 8 hits. They committed 1 error. And let's see, for the Bulldogs, they left a ton of men on base too. 5, 7, 9, 11, 12 on base. As for Red Cruisers, they'll get 13 runs on 12 hits. They'll commit 2 errors. And they'll leave 3, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 men on base. Winning pitcher will be Taikuya Hosakawa. He started the game. He went 5 shutout innings, a hit, 3 walks, and 5 strikeouts. The loss to Stephen Griff Minor for A&M. He falls to 0-1. Griff Minor, he went 2+ innings, 4 hits, 3 runs, all earned, 3 walks, and a K for him. No save. Time of game was 3 hours and 12 minutes. And again, your final score, 13-3. Red Cruisers win by run rule in 8 innings over A&M. Chris, your final thoughts on this game?
Well, that right there was really the main point of this, as you see the Toyota Red Cruisers out in front of home plate right now, tipping their cap, and Alabama A&M out there, and they're taking selfies out, and the handshake line. That's a moment that these Alabama A&M kids will remember forever. They played the elite Toyota Red Cruisers, and now they're all going to get together around the mound or in front of the mound and take a picture. That's what it was about. It was about giving these guys an opportunity to experience something that you wouldn't normally do. One of the things that is our motto, well, it's our mission statement, to create memories and to unite our communities, even from Japan, with
and you know what?
Memories.
You can't see it because of the graphic, but they're all going to get together for a picture together, which is really cool as well, right there in front of the mound.
Positive and lasting memories, one experience at a time, Josh.
Yeah, we're reminded of that every week. God bless.
That's what this is about. So kudos to both teams, and come out and join us the next couple of nights, and then opening night on Friday. And it's great to have baseball back.
Good to have baseball back. You're absolutely right. By the way, Akito Osake, his final line, 1 inning, 2 hits, a run that was earned, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts. So that'll do it for us tonight. Again, Red Cruisers a winner over A&M, 13-3 by run rule in 8 innings. Again, join us tomorrow. It'll be a 6:35 first pitch when the Rocket City Trash Pandas take to the field for the first time this season. They will take on UAH in another exhibition contest. So for Chris Harris and for everyone here with the Rocket City Trash Pandas, this is Josh Carey saying so long, everyone. Again, Red Cruisers a winner, 13-3 by run rule in 8 innings over A&M. Until next time, so long, everyone. This has been the Global Baseball Series from Toyota Field.